Extracting World of Warcraft skills in American comics. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 1. Chinese Medicine Clinic in New York. At noon, the setting sun was scorching. Mei Gan, who had just finished lunch, was squatting at the door of his own store with a thermos cup of wolfberry in his hand. He drank a few sips of wolfberry water and secretly looked at the long legs passing by from time to time, looking so comfortable. This free country is open. Look at this short skirt that can be worn as a thong. It's really immoral. Criticism must be criticized. Oh, this one doesn't even wear underwear. It's really great. Wow, this back is so white. Looking at the long white legs passing by from time to time with shining eyes, Mei Gan said a few words from time to time. Summer is great. The girls are willing to sacrifice themselves to save fabric for the free country. It's great. Mei Gan sighed and sat on the steps at the door of the store. The hot sun was shining, and the passers-by dripped a few drops of sweat on their faces from time to time, and they didn't forget to complain. Ward fake. This damn sun. Hearing this familiar sentence, Mei Gan looked up quickly. Fortunately, it was not the boiled egg. Touching the non-existent sweat on his forehead, Mei Gan breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, I thought the snake shield had discovered me, who was handsome, romantic, and a must-see. The last idiom doesn't count. Although this handsome guy's not afraid of exposing himself, I'm really afraid of trouble. As a member of the hometown of the Transmigrator Alliance Earth, Mei Gan has been in this familiar yet unfamiliar world for 5 years. When he just came here 5 years ago, he didn't speak the language, didn't have Franklin, and had nothing on him except a set of clothes. Fortunately, he had a system that was a must for transmigrators. In the past 2 years, Mei Gan traveled all over the free country and took a trip on a whim. After all, he has plenty of time now, but as for money, just borrow some Franklin from gangster friends in various cities. There are so many gangster friends in this free country, and they won't mind borrowing a little. In his previous life, Mei Gan didn't have time to go on a spontaneous trip with many, so Mei Gan was very grateful to those gangster friends. In order to thank them, Mei Gan didn't borrow too much. Although he was afraid of being found by the Trouble Bureau, it was also a kind of forgiveness, wasn't it? In the end, Mei Gan returned to the Big Apple and opened a Chinese medicine physiotherapy clinic by chance. Although he didn't want to live in this city that was riddled with holes in the future, who asked the people here to give so much? Helping these free countrymen do some physiotherapy such as cupping, acupuncture, massage, and scraping. Mei Gan has earned millions of US dollars in the past few years. There are too many rich people here, especially rich women. Although those aunts don't look good, they are really generous, especially to Uncle Gan. Mei Gan dreamed of helping those rich people to maintain their health in the physiotherapy clinic. After earning financial freedom, he would sit and watch the free country's hip iron men fight aliens, or watch them fight themselves. That would be better than a movie. Marry the long-legged girl across the street as your wife. Give birth to some cute and beautiful mixed-race children. Those days, just thinking about it is beautiful. As for the big troubles in New York, Mei Gan has already made plans. As long as they don't threaten the lives of himself and those close to him, he will continue to live an ordinary life. They are not his compatriots, so why bother with them fighting to the death? When the purple potato spirit snaps his fingers, he will become invincible, and the flood will have nothing to do with him. Speaking of which, the security issues of the free country are not very good, but there are really a lot of long legs. Mei Gan's consciousness has flown away from the sky. His hands unconsciously rubbed the thermos in his hands, and a wretched expression appeared on his ordinary face. He didn't know that the passers-by in front of the physiotherapy clinic were looking at him like a fool, showing disgusted expressions, and speeding up their pace to move away from Mei Gan. "Hi, Mei, are you okay?" A voice woke up Mei Gan, who was fantasizing. Mei Gan looked up and saw a blonde woman in her 40s or 50s standing in front of him with a hint of sympathy in her eyes. "Hi, Sophie, you're here. Please come in." Uncle Khan is waiting for you." Seeing the newcomer, Mei Gan immediately showed an aunt-like smile and led the blonde aunt into the physical therapy center. Making money? Smiling to the aunt is not embarrassing. "Mei, you have to cheer up. There will be girls who like you. If it doesn't work, you can go to Eufina. She will give you the lowest price. You know, she has been thinking about your dollars." The blonde aunt patted Mei Gan's shoulder with sympathy and then ignored Mei Gan and walked inside with her big butt twisted. Inside the physical therapy center, a middle-aged Chinese man in his 40s was sitting on the sofa with a guide stick in both hands. The man had a vicissitudes of life and a handsome appearance. He was the kind of person who didn't have to pay to go to the red light district. Unfortunately, he had 2 white pupils. Seeing the man, Sophie was excited, and even her steps were much lighter. Sitting down next to the man, Sophie hugged Uncle Khan's arm and said in a coquettish tone, "Baby, do you miss me? I miss you so much. Since I was burned by your fire last time, I went back to replenish water for several days." Since Sophie entered the physical therapy center, Uncle Khan's calm face has been pale. Now, feeling the humiliation on the sofa, his face is even paler. He swallowed and said, "Miss Sophie, please respect yourself. I just helped you remove the fire cupping last time. Don't let people misunderstand." Looking at the sofa that had sunk several centimeters, Mei Gan looked at the frail Uncle Khan with sympathy and thought to himself, how can Uncle Khan bear this woman? Uncle Khan's name is Khan Wenzhang. He is a Chinese who Mei Gan rescued in Hell's Kitchen 2 years ago. After learning that Uncle Khan can do Chinese medicine, healthcare and physical therapy, Mei Gan opened a physical therapy center here. Mei Gan provides funds and Uncle Khan provides technology. I don't know how Uncle Khan can help customers with physical therapy, even though he can't see in both eyes. His technology is really good. Thinking about the millions in the card, Mei Gan really wanted to say that money is not easy to make, and there is still a long way to go to achieve financial freedom. In recent days, Mei Gan has been thinking about whether to go to Hell's Kitchen again. No, impulse is the devil. If I don't get much dollars, I will be noticed by the Trouble Bureau, and then my leisurely life will be goodbye. By the way, Playboy should be back as an Iron Man soon. Should I be ready to buy Star Company stocks at any time? I guess I can make a fortune. Thinking in his heart, Mei Gan squatted at the door of the store again. At this time, a red figure ran out of the store. It was a chick with red feathers. The chick quickly came to Mei Gan's side and rubbed Mei Gan's calf affectionately with its little head. A voice sounded in Mei Gan's mind, boss, there is a scary sound coming from the room again. Is Uncle Khan skinning people again? It's so scary. Go away, your boss is in a rage. Don't disturb me while I'm thinking about making money. Boss, I know where to get the money. Little chicken, are you serious? Hearing the little chicken's voice, Mei Gan looked at the little chicken with shining eyes. Really, boss, it's the place called Chinatown that you took me to last time. I saw a shop there with paper people, candles and so on. I also saw a lot of money displayed there, including 10 billion banknotes. Let's go rob them. As long as we rob one, I can eat whatever I want. The more Mei Gan listened, the more he felt something was wrong, and his face became darker and darker. Get back here. Mei Gan grabbed the 2 chicken claws of the little chicken and threw him to the sofa in the store. You want to rob a dead person's money, you beast. Chapter 2 Warcraft Skill Extraction System. In the evening, the crescent moon was like a sickle, hanging high in the sky. Mei Gan was sitting on the balcony on the 3rd floor of the store, holding a bottle of beer in his hand. The little red chicken was lying at Mei Gan's feet, pecking at the red feathers with its pointed mouth from time to time. TSK, this moon is not as round as when I saw it in my hometown before. Why is it that some people say it is the roundness of the free country? After taking a sip of beer, Mei Gan sighed and said. In his heart, he silently said, System. A blue light curtain rose in front of Mei Gan's eyes, and a lottery disc slowly emerged. The system panel was so shabby. On a more than 30-inch panel, there was only one lottery panel displayed alone in the center. The disc was filled with skills and props from the standalone game Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne that Mei Gan played before crossing over in his previous life. As a crossover, How could he not have a destined system to rely on? Although Mei Gan's system is a test of Owly, it can't withstand a daily draw. There will always be a day when Owly will come. By the way, the lottery rate is still high in the Big Apple City. Half of the skills are drawn here. Start today's lottery, Mei Gan thought, and the red pointer quickly turned on the disc. Stop. As soon as Mei Gan finished speaking, the red pointer slowly stopped, and finally stopped in front of a square that looked like a scepter. Hey, what I drew today was not a red or blue potion, but a magic wand. Is my luck finally coming to me? Silent scepter effect. The carrier can use it on enemies within a range of 700 meters, preventing enemy units from casting magic or skills within 10 seconds, and can only be used a second time after 40 seconds. The silent scepter has the same effect as in the game. TSK, if it is used on Iron Man, will he not be able to use Mark armor within 10 seconds? Mei Gan looked around and saw that it was pitch black, so he took out the scepter from the system space. A golden scepter appeared in Mei Gan's hand, and streams of light flashed from time to time on the scepter. In the darkness where no one noticed, a slender figure stood behind a dark curtain opposite, with a pair of seductive eyes staring at him. "It's you," whispered in the darkness. Mei Gan didn't notice all this. He just lowered his head and carefully looked at the scepter in his hand. The equipment drawn by the system can be placed on the system equipment column, or equipped in reality. In reality, the equipment does not occupy the equipment column. If conditions permit, you can put on the protection rings on both hands and feet, and you can equip 6 more protection rings in the system column. At that time, even Thanos with his machete can't hurt you. But the color is a little green. After 2 weeks of drawing red and blue medicines, I finally drew a practical one. Sure enough, I can't keep going. I just didn't draw any skills. Not bad. I have drawn more than 20 skills in the past 5 years. After drinking the beer in his hand, Mei Gan put the scepter back into the system space. Mei Gan put his hands behind his head and looked at the balcony opposite. After a while, a graceful figure appeared on the balcony opposite. The girl hung the clothes and her eyes occasionally glanced in the direction of Mei Gan. The light was dim. The face of the figure could not be seen clearly. Only the devilishly hot body and the exposed white long legs were vaguely visible. "Little boy, if you like her, just chase her. What's the point of peeping here every night?" Mei Gan looked back and saw Uncle Khan with a pale face, trembling and walking towards this side. Uncle Khan, don't talk nonsense. I was looking openly." Uncle Khan walked to the stool next to Mei Gan and sat down. After taking the bottle of beer handed by Mei Gan, he said to Mei Gan with a look of disappointment, "You have the desire, but not the courage. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that Audrey is also interested in you, but you just don't dare to go up to her. Anyone with a discerning eye can see it, but even a blind person like you, Uncle Khan, can see it. I'm blind, but my heart is not blind, and my ears are not deaf either. You see, she comes to you from time to time to give you homemade cookies. Do you see she gives them to other people? I have never chased a girl since I was born, and I don't know how to do it. Uncle Khan, why don't you pass on some experience to your nephew?" Mei Gan looked at the girl opposite him with envy as she left his sight, turned his head, and said to Uncle Khan, who took a sip of beer, "You are so shameless that you are afraid to chase girls. Show your thick skin that you used to fight against rich people. You will be able to win the beauty in a few days." Mei Gan looked at Uncle Khan with suspicion and asked uncertainly, "Will this work?" "Yes. Of course not. You have to trust your uncle. When your uncle was young, there was no girl that could not be chased by him." "Well, I'll try." Hearing Uncle Khan's words, thinking about the rich ladies on this street who were drooling over Uncle Khan, Mei Gan believed it. But no one told Mei Gan that Uncle Khan always relied on his appearance to find women. If it was his ordinary face, it would be difficult. "Boy, you have to find an apprentice for your uncle. Your uncle's body can't stand the destruction of those aunts who weigh hundreds of pounds." Lying on the recliner, Uncle Khan said, feeling his body weakened. "Uncle Khan, don't worry, I'm hiring people now." Glancing at Uncle Khan's pale face, Mei Gan replied quickly, "This guy. It's impossible not to admit that he's old. Back then, your Uncle Kyan chased hundreds of people across several streets with a machete, and he didn't even catch his breath. Now, he's out of breath, just by massaging and cupping a few girls. Uncle Kyan took a sip of beer, and continued to nag before Mei Gan could reply. After I took revenge, I was planning to leave, but who knew that I would be saved by you? Although I didn't want to live either, you saved my life after all. This is a huge favor that I must repay. Although you are powerful, you are still too inexperienced. You don't even know you were sold out. I, an old man, can only watch you by your side to prevent you from being calculated by others. In the future, I can only take care of you. At least there will be someone to mourn for me after I turn 100 years old. Hey, Uncle Kyan, you are not kind. I treat you as my uncle, but you want to be my dad. Mei Gan noticed Uncle Kyan's loss and couldn't help but joked. You little brat, can't you wear mourning as your nephew? Sure. Uncle Kyan finished the beer in his hand, stood up and said to Mei Gan, that's good enough. I'm tired. I'm going to go back and take a shower and go to bed. After Uncle Kyan left, Mei Gan changed to a comfortable position and lay on the recliner. Across from him, Audrey Moore was lying on the bed in a light pink suspender pajamas, frowning and looking at the instrument emitting red light in her hand. I don't know what she was thinking. Ding-ling-ling, the phone rang, interrupting Audrey, who was deep in thought. White cat, is the target moving? A gentle voice came from the phone. Audrey paused for a moment after hearing this and replied, no, sir. You hesitated. White cat. Sir, the target just looked over here. Doesn't he look at you every night? You haven't adapted to it yet. Sir, maybe we are following the wrong person. I have been observing him for a year and I haven't detected any energy fluctuations. I will report to the director. You continue to observe and remember to report any movements of the target. Received. After hanging up the phone, Audrey walked to the window and looked at Mei Gan, who was sleeping on the balcony. Chapter 3, Audrey Moore. Early in the morning, Mei Gan and Uncle Kyan were eating fried dough sticks while watching TV. The news on TV was broadcasting the news that Tony Stark had been found. The Playboy is finally coming back. Let's go buy Stark's stocks tomorrow. Looking at the photo of Tony Stark on TV, Mei Gan's eyes had turned into the shape of money. Uncle Kyan, I tell you, we will have a large sum of money in a few months. Mei Gan seemed to have seen his millions of US dollars turned into tens of millions of US dollars, and he couldn't help but curl up his lips. Why, you are going back to your old business again. Uncle has to remind you. Don't go to cheat on the gangsters again. You have to be down to earth. Uncle Kyan, what are you thinking? I mean to buy stocks. Mei Gan rolled his eyes helplessly. How come these words come out of the mouth of a retired gangster boss without any disobedience? Stock speculation. It seems that I will have to spend the rest of my life in a nursing home, and I may have to help collect your body from under a tall building. Why do you think so little of me? With your IQ, you still want to learn to speculate in stocks. I have to prepare a sack to help collect your body. Listen to your uncle's advice. You should just be the boss of this physical therapy clinic. Haven't you saved some money in the past few years? Chase the girl across the street, let her be the boss's wife, and give birth to 2 white and chubby little kids. Isn't this life wonderful? Listen to Uncle Kyan. Mei Gan didn't know how to explain to Uncle Kyan what happened a few months later. Knowing that Uncle Kyan was doing it for his own good, he had to perfunctorily answer Uncle Kyan. That's right, if you mention the devil, the girl will come to you. Mei Gan turned his head and looked outside the door. A blonde woman in her 20s appeared at the door of the physical therapy clinic with a bouquet of flowers in her hand. Mei, your flowers today. A fragrant breeze blew in my face, and the woman had already walked to Mei Gan and put the flowers in her hand into the vase on the table. Then she looked straight at Mei Gan with a smile on her face. Thank you, Audrey, for bothering me to bring flowers every day. As a single dog who has been single for more than 20 years and has never even held a girl's hand, it is still a bit uncomfortable to be stared at by a beautiful woman like this. Speaking of which, Audrey's eyes are so enthusiastic today. Has she finally noticed my handsome appearance? It's too direct, and it makes me feel embarrassed. You're welcome, but you are my god. Audrey still looked at Mei Gan with a smile on her face, and she didn't mean to leave. Audrey, have you had breakfast? Mei Gan calmed down and gave a classic Chinese greeting. No, Mei, are you going to treat me? I haven't had a Chinese breakfast yet. Audrey sat down next to Mei Gan, supporting her fair face with her right hand and looking at Mei Gan. Just in time, there is some leftover breakfast in the kitchen. I'll get it for you. Mei Gan's face turned red when Audrey looked at her, and she quickly ran to the kitchen on the second floor. Behind her, Audrey was smiling as she watched Mei Gan leave. Miss Audrey won't hurt Gan, will she? Uncle Gan whispered, looking at Mei Gan's back with white pupils. Audrey's pupils shrank when she heard this, and the beautiful smile on her face was put away. She looked at Uncle Gan, who was drinking white porridge with a sharp gaze. Gan, what are you talking about? I don't really understand. Miss Audrey can hide it from Gan, but she can't hide it from an old man like me. You have the same breath as me, the breath of blood. How can a little girl with flowers blooming be full of blood? Besides, Gan looks at you on the balcony every night, but he doesn't know that Miss Audrey is also looking at him. It seems that Uncle Gan's eyes are not blind. Uncle Gan is on one side and he deliberately approaches Mei. The old man's eyes are blind, but his heart is not blind. I'm not on either side. If I have to say, I'm on Gan's side. Uncle Gan suddenly turned his head, staring at Audrey with two pale pupils. Audrey suddenly felt like being stared at by a beast, goosebumps all over her body, and the breath of death enveloped her. The fighting skills that she relied on in the past are no longer useful, just like the time 4 years ago. However, 4 years ago, a mysterious man wearing a red cloak, a pale mask, and holding a staff in his hand saved her. What about this time? Am I going to die? I have never been in love before, and this is the first time I fall in love with someone. Suddenly, the breath of death disappeared. Huff, huff. Audrey gasped heavily and felt that life was so beautiful. Miss Audrey will not hurt Gan. Uncle Gan repeated what he just said. Audrey frowned and thought for a while. She calmed down her breath. National Strategic Defense Attack and Logistics Support Bureau. Level 4 Agent White Cat. Audrey Moore. I'm here to investigate Mei on the orders of the director. Wait. What bureau did you say you are from? National Strategic Defense Attack and Logistics Support Bureau. Everyone who hears this name will ask it several times. The higher ups are considering changing the name. I don't care where you're from. I only care about whether you can hurt Gan. No. In fact, I saw it all last night. His abilities. He saved me twice. I didn't tell my superiors. You like Gan? Audrey nodded without any shyness after hearing Uncle Gan's direct words. Then, realizing that Uncle Gan was blind, she quickly said, yes. Sincerely. Gan, you don't have to doubt it. TSK. It's not that I don't believe you. Gan has no looks, no money, no ambitions, and is full of problems. How can you like him? Gan, you're wrong. Mei, he is kind, upright, gentle, and strong. Although I haven't been with him yet, he has been very good to me in the past year. Moreover, he has power that no one else has, but he doesn't use it to do evil. He is just lazy. Maybe. Very good. I hope you are sincere. Uncle Gan said and stopped talking. Come here, Audrey. Come and try the breakfast I made. At this time, Mei Gan's voice came from the stairs. He was holding a tray with a bowl of porridge and a few fried dough sticks on it. He walked towards the two of them, or to be exact, towards Audrey. Before Audrey put the tray on the table, she couldn't wait to reach out and pick up a fried dough stick. Slow down, be careful of the heat, it's just out of the oil, Mei Gan said hurriedly. Audrey didn't reply, but smiled at Mei Gan and enjoyed her breakfast. It looks so good. Mei Gan was captured by Audrey's smile. Oh, there's no hope. Uncle Gan shook his head, put down his bowl and chopsticks, picked up the guide stick, and walked to the second floor. Mei, you are really good at cooking. After finishing a fried dough stick, Audrey turned around and looked at Mei Gan and said, just get used to it. Try this shrimp porridge. It's great. In fact, I often go to some Chinese restaurants in Chinatown to eat. I feel that they are not as delicious as yours. Mei, thank you. They just cater to your tastes and are not very authentic. Mei, are you free tomorrow? After drinking the shrimp porridge, Audrey put down the bowl and asked Mei Gan. Yes. Audrey, do you have anything to do? Then can you go shopping with me tomorrow? Hiss, Audrey, is she going to date me? Should I dress up a little more handsomely? Should I bring some money so that I don't have money to pay at the hotel? By the way, is the wedding Chinese or Western? Are there gifts for marriage in the United States? Should the child be given two names? One Chinese and one Western? Mei Gan couldn't stop daydreaming. Mei, what's wrong with you? Audrey pushed Mei Gan awake, who was daydreaming. Oh, sorry, I was just wondering if there is an appointment for tomorrow. It seems that there is no appointment. I'm free tomorrow. Mei Gan replied quickly. Then I will wait for you tomorrow, Audrey said to Mei Gan, blinking her beautiful big eyes. Alas, it's hopeless. Uncle Gan, who was holding a guide stick, passed by silently and shook his head and sighed. Chapter 4. It's all gone. Boss, you can't do this. Little chicken, just obey me, your boss. Boss, I'm still a child, don't come over here. Who isn't a child yet? Boss, you will lose your lovely baby if you do this. Bah. It's just plucking a few of your hairs. Why are you complaining? Besides, even if you died heroically, it only takes some mana to summon you out again. Boss, I will turn into a bald bird. That's too ugly. Hey, then you turn into an egg and be reborn, and those few hairs will come back soon. Boss, you want me to be reborn just to please girls? You have such a cruel heart. I've decided. I'm going to run away from home. Just walk away and let me see. If you dare to step out of this door, I will summon you again. Mei Gan said sullenly, pointing at the door. Boss, you are so cruel. No, I want 2 intelligence books, otherwise I will never pull them out for you. No, only 1. 2. If you bargain again, there will be no 1. Why does a summoned beast need an intelligence book? I feel that my IQ is not enough. I want to make up for it. Intelligence books increase magic power and magic limit. Do you have a blue bar? Then it can also increase my fire damage. TSK. Quick, change back to your original form and let me pull out a few hairs. After a while, Mei Gan inserted 2 bright red phoenix feathers into a red hat. I'm really a genius. Audrey will definitely like this hat. It's so beautiful. Mei Gan looked at the hat in his hand narcissistically, and then he couldn't wait to walk across the street. The little chicken was left behind. A little chicken looked at the missing piece of the top of his head in front of the mirror and felt sad. Uncle Gan put down the teacup in his hand, shook his head in the direction of the chick and said, Little chick, don't be sad. Anyway, you will grow again after Nirvana. Uncle Gan, it's easy for you to sit and talk. It's not like your feathers are gone. You must say that. The boss used to love me so much, but now he plucked my beautiful feathers for a woman. It must be that woman who bewitched the boss. The little chick waved its wings and shouted angrily. You are a phoenix. What do you know? That's love. Uncle Gan seemed to recall something, rubbing the teacup and muttering to himself. Uncle Gan, do you look down on me, the fire phoenix? I'm going to find a fire phoenix to talk to now. What the hell? I'm the only fire phoenix in the world. The little chick jumped up and down on the ground like crazy. Uncle Gan, I want to run away from home. Woo woo woo. The little chick jumped to Uncle Gan's side, looked at Uncle Gan and said, if you dare to leave, the brat will call you back. When he comes back, you have to learn to accept it. People in love can do anything. Maybe one day, that woman wants to eat phoenix meat, and your boss will dare to chop you up. Uncle Gan said to the little chicken with a smirk on his face. The little chicken's feathers stood up when he heard it, and he shouted in fear, Uncle Gan, don't scare me, I'm scared. The little chicken jumped off the sofa and turned around frantically beside the sofa, as if thinking about how to avoid being eaten. I've decided that there is no me in this world with her. I must drive that vicious woman away and prevent her from corrupting my pure boss. I'm going to make a plan. Uncle Gan, bye. After saying that, the little chicken ran to the 2nd floor like the wind. Across the street, the vicious woman that the little chicken said he wanted to drive away was wearing a red hat with a few phoenix feathers on her head and holding Mei Gan's arm in her hands. The two of them walked to the end of the street while talking and laughing. It's so good to be young. I miss the past. I'm so old now. Uncle Gan stared at the door with his white pupils, put down his teacup and sighed. Gan, I'm ready. Come quickly. A shy female voice came from the massage room. Hey. Here I come evening Coulson. Go to the target direction, got it, sir. After Coulson hung up the phone, he pulled up the little pepper beside him and ran in one direction. White cat, take your man home, sir. White cat, this is your last mission. I will not accept a mission that hurts Mei. Even if you don't approve my resignation application, we won't hurt him. You should know our style of doing things. He didn't harm the people of this country. We won't do anything to him. This time I just want to talk to him, okay? I believe you. Audrey hung up the phone and looked at Mei Gan, who was walking towards this side with 2 cups of coffee in his hands. Her eyes full of apology, and she thought to herself, this is the last time, Mei. From now on, you are all in my heart. No missions, no commander, no National Strategic Defense Attack and Logistics Support Bureau. Mei, it's so late now, let's go back. Taking the coffee, Audrey smiled and said to Mei Gan, don't you want to go to the movies? Mei Gan looked at Audrey in confusion. I feel a little tired after shopping all day today. I'll come back next time. Well, okay. Mei Gan felt a pity in his heart. He finally bought the movie ticket for the horror movie, but he couldn't watch it. The legendary movie theater's embrace was gone. By the way, didn't the novels I read in my previous life say that it was the men who were tired when accompanying girls shopping? Why did Audrey get tired first? Are novels all lies? Peter, you did a good job today. Remember to arrive early tomorrow, and don't be late. Uncle Kyan stood at the door of the physical therapy center with a guide stick in one hand and a little chicken in the other hand, and said to a boy who looked like a high school student, okay, sir, thank you for giving me this job. I like it very much. High school student Peter Parker said to Uncle Kyan gratefully, you're welcome. It's late. You should go back first. Be careful when you are alone. See you tomorrow, sir. Peter turned and left after saying that. The little guy is quite polite. I finally recruited an apprentice today. I, an old guy, finally don't have to do everything. The stinky boy only remembers to be affectionate with the girl opposite and doesn't care about me, an empty nest old man, at all. Don't you think so, little chicken? Uncle Kyan sighed and said to the little chicken in his hand. Dada. At this time, a sound of footsteps came to Uncle Kyan's side. This blind gentleman, FBI, please lend us your shop to hide for a while. A gentle voice came and said to Uncle Kyan, you. Uncle Kyan frowned when he heard it, and just as he was about to speak, he heard the man continue, we will talk to the gentleman later. We will go in first. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, your pet chicken is so beautiful. The gentle voice went away with the footsteps, leaving Uncle Kyan no room to refuse. Uncle Kyan was about to turn around and chase the 2 people, but somehow he stopped where he was. His 2 ears moved, and then his face changed drastically. Not good, Uncle Kyan said secretly, holding the little chicken in his arms like a flexible monkey. He flipped over several cars parked on the roadside and went to the opposite flower shop, not like a blind man at all. In a few breaths, Uncle Kyan had already run into the opposite flower shop. Swoosh. At the same time, a whistling sound came, and a huge figure fell in the middle of the road. The violent impact caused the entire ground to vibrate slightly, and the vibration made the cars parked on both sides of the road make loud noises. If Mei Gan saw it, he would definitely recognize this huge iron lump. Abadia drove Ironmonger to the door of the physiotherapy center, then raised his right hand and pointed 6 ferocious gun muzzles at the physiotherapy center. Where do you think you can escape to, Potts? The muzzle of the gun turned, and dense bullets were discharged towards the physiotherapy center. A clear female voice came out from inside. After a few breaths, the bullets had made the entire physiotherapy center look like a sieve. After a moment, the muzzle stopped. Potts, you know, I have always admired you, but now, you are useless. Ironmonger took a few steps forward again, and a small missile rose from his back and aimed at the physiotherapy center. However, at this time, Stan, a golden red figure fell from the sky and threw Ironmonger into the physiotherapy center. At the same time, Coulson pulled Pepper Potts and fled from the side in a panic. Boom. Finally, the physiotherapy center could not withstand the tossing of the 2 iron lumps and collapsed completely. Not far away, Mei Gan and her partner, who had just walked out of an intersection, stared at the collapsed house in amazement. Damn it. Mei Gan was stunned at this moment. His mind was blank, and he was muttering, "It's gone. It's all gone. I've worked so hard for the past few years." Audrey also looked at it in disbelief, and in her mind she had already cursed the black-boiled eggs ancestors for 18 generations. She said that this was not the way to cheat people. "I was so lucky to trust you, a boiled egg." Mei turning around and seeing the frustrated Mei Gan, Audrey calmed down, patted Mei Gan's back, and called softly. Mei Gan heard Audrey's call, came back to his senses, turned around and said to Audrey eagerly, "Honey, you should accept a homeless me, right? What's mine is yours, even if you live in my house for the rest of your life, it's okay," Audrey replied, hugging Mei Gan's arm tightly. "Honey, you're so nice at this time." Two embarrassed figures walked not far from the two of them. It was Carlson and Pepper. Looking at the man with a worrying hairline, Mei Gan recognized him at a glance. Who else could it be but another village chief from Marvel? "Hello, sir. We are the FBI and are carrying out a mission. We feel deeply guilty for collapsing your house." "You don't have to feel guilty. I have taken photos of you. As long as you restore my house, otherwise, don't worry, sir, we will compensate you. Just remember it." Bang, a huge figure landed next to Mei Gan and the other man. Abadia stood up while driving Ironmonger and looked at Mei Gan and the other man beside him. Without saying anything, 6 guns were pointed at the two men. "Fuck, you demolished my house and you are so arrogant that you want to kill me. If you hurt my wife, I will skin you alive." Mei Gan's anger was about to reach the critical point, and he hated her secretly in his heart. "I like this armor, Tony. Let them both go. They deserve it. Let them go to hell with you." Chapter 5. Anyone with money ability should be killed. "Mei, be careful." Audrey's voice just sounded in his ears, and then Mei Gan fell into a soft embrace, and his body fell to the side involuntarily. Mei Gan, who wanted to take out the Staff of Silence, was instantly submerged in this gentle embrace, and couldn't extricate himself. So fragrant, so soft, so comfortable, so good. Mei Gan fell into Audrey's arms, with an intoxicated expression on his face. "Mei, let's go." Audrey's voice woke up Mei Gan, who was fantasizing. Mei Gan was hurriedly pulled up, and he couldn't help but follow Audrey to run towards Uncle Khan. Bang bang. Gunshots rang out. Village Chief Carlson pulled Pepper and shot at Abadia in a panic. Bang, a golden red light flashed. The huge body of Ironmonger was knocked away by Tony again. "Mei, are you okay?" In the flower shop, Audrey was groping Mei Gan's body with a worried look on her face. "It's okay, honey, I'm fine." Mei Gan felt very uncomfortable being touched by two jade hands, especially when there were several pairs of eyes watching him. "Uncle Khan, are you okay? Why is that iron lump clinging to our house?" Mei Gan took Audrey's hand and walked to Uncle Khan, who was hiding behind the cashier, and asked, "How else could it be? It was this FBI gentleman who attracted people here." Uncle Khan stared at Carlson, who was pulling Pepper in with his white pupils. Hearing this, Mei Gan knew that he might have been exposed to the sight of Ludan. "When was it exposed? I haven't used my ability in the past 2 years. Could it be that it was exposed during the years I was traveling? It shouldn't be. I always wear a mask." Mei Gan frowned and looked at Carlson, who was approaching. "Sorry, sir, we didn't know he would come so soon. Don't apologize to me first. I just want to know how you restored my house." "Yes, sir. After this matter is dealt with, someone will come to contact you. You have already asked once." Carlson said apologetically. "How much can a house cost?" "As long as their director finds a reason, he can ask the Security Council for more." "Why, can't I ask? Are you staging a robot war? Are you going to war with a country, or are you in a civil war?" Mei Gan glared at Carlson, and when he heard that he would restore the house he worked so hard for as soon as possible, his expression relaxed, turned his head to look at the two Iron Men who were fighting each other, and looked at Tony Stark, who was being beaten with envy. That being said, Iron Man's Mark series is really handsome. Mei Gan liked it very much when he watched the movie before. Hoo la la. Mei Gan just turned his head and was about to say something. Tony was bumped into the flower shop by Iron Man. "Sir, only 1% of the energy is left, I'll calculate," Jarvis Tony said, and turned to look at Pepper, who was running towards him. Bang bang, Ironmonger's huge body slowly walked over, the armor opened, revealing a badass rough face. Tony, I never liked this kind of thing, but I have to say, I like this armor very much. Bang bang bang, hooah la, the barrel turned, the sound of glass breaking rang out, and countless bullets vented towards Tony Stark. Tony stood up quickly, and blocked Pepper behind him. The barrel stopped, a badass controlled Ironmonger, to walk forward a few steps, and said to Tony Stark, "You are so ironic, Tony. You wanted to close the weapons department, but you created the most powerful one. And now, I will use it to kill you." Bang bang. Ironmonger walked closer, and punched through the wall with two fists. The sound of the water pipe bursting sounded, and countless water splashed on Ironmonger. Abadia ignored the splashes, stretched out two huge steel hands to grab Tony's shoulders, and brought him closer. Being grabbed by Ironmonger, Tony pushed Pepper out of his arms, and then his two hands kept groping on the wall, bringing down waves of debris. "Your father will be proud of you, Tony." After Abadia finished speaking, a missile suddenly rose from his back, and a ferocious smile appeared on his face. Hearing Abadia's words, Coulson quickly raised the pistol in his hand. Bang, a helmet smashed Coulson away. "Sir, you'd better not move." Abadia turned to Coulson and said, "Sir, please help me. Tony can't die yet." Coulson wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth, looked at Tony Stark who was about to die, and countless beads of sweat appeared on his anxious face. He turned to Mei Gan and said, "Sir, what's the point of you looking for Mei? Mei is just an ordinary person. Shouldn't you go to save people?" Hearing this, Audrey couldn't help but hug Mei Gan tightly and hurriedly said to Coulson, "They have known each other for so long, and the two have recently confirmed their relationship. Audrey knows that Mei Gan just wants to be an ordinary person and doesn't want to get involved in these fights." For Mei Gan, Audrey has applied for resignation. In her imagination, Mei Gan will open his physical therapy clinic in the future, and she will run this flower shop. The two of them occasionally go shopping and travel to other places. It's not bad to spend their lives like this. Bringing Mei back early today is already the last mission. "Ms. Moore, Tony can't die. You should know how important he is." Coulson stared at Audrey with his eyes, and finally showed a pleading look. Audrey clenched her fists, and turned to look at Mei Gan. Mei Gan ignored the two of them, but just muttered something. It shouldn't be. As the protagonist, how could Iron Man die? And, Ludan actually suspected me, which means he has noticed me. It's not a coincidence that the village chief brought Pepper to my store today. It must be Ludan's order. Ludan wanted to test my authenticity. Damn Ludan, he has such good eyesight, even though he is blind in one eye. Why didn't the orange cat scratch his other eye? Oh. Forget it, who told me to like you in the movie before? After muttering, he was about to take action, but heard Tony Stark say, "Abadia, if you hide in the steel armor, I will really die. Now, how can you defend against electric shock?" After speaking, Tony grabbed two huge wires in his hands without knowing when. Crackle. Our two wires touched the Ironmonger's sturdy arms, sparks flashed, and a moment later, wisps of black smoke rose from Abadia's body. Bang, the huge Ironmonger fell on the street, splashing a cloud of dust. Kindergarten kids all know that water can conduct electricity. Tony Stark slowly stood up, not forgetting to say a few words. "It smells like burning. By the way, honey, when are we going to have a barbecue?" Mei Gan looked at the fallen Ironmonger, feeling empty in his heart. He was already planning to be exposed. Why didn't he give me a chance to pretend? This Abadia is also a fool. Doesn't he know that villains die from talking too much? He's always on Bilibili, showing that you are educated or something, and he opened the armor and got so close to others, showing that he is capable. "Sir, you mentioned barbecue. I just happen to know a good barbecue restaurant. Do you want to try it? If you can bring this beautiful lady with you, it would be the best." Tony heard Mei Gan's voice, let go of the little Pepper in his arms, and said to Mei Gan, who was hugging Audrey with a faint smile, but his eyes were looking at Audrey in Mei Gan's arms, "Mr. Iron Man, let's not talk about barbecue first. Let's talk about the compensation for the house opposite in this house first." Noticing the playboy's eyes, Mei Gan pulled Audrey behind him without leaving any trace, and took a step forward to Tony Stark. I thought it was a problem, not just US dollars. Come, take it and spend it. Tony took out a checkbook from his inner pocket, wrote a series of numbers, and then filled in his name very casually, and put the check in Mei Gan's hand. Mei Gan was so envious and jealous. People with money abilities should be beaten to death. Chapter 6. You haven't talked about it. Mei Gan pretended to be calm, and folded the check, and put it in his pocket. He ignored Tony, and turned to look at Carlson, who was probably reporting to Ludan outside. He pulled Audrey towards Carlson. Mr. FBI, I want to know when you can restore my house to its original state. You have to know that no one wants to be a homeless person. Sir, Mr. Stark has already compensated you, and you have asked twice. Is it not okay to ask questions? Besides, he is him, and you are you. It was you who provoked this big guy in the first place. You must restore my house, otherwise you will receive my lawyer's letter, or you want to be the headline of tomorrow's news. Mei Gan said with a righteous look on his face, pointing at the Iron Tyrant on the ground. Sir, don't be angry yet. I'll ask someone to come over tonight to recover. Don't worry, okay? Carlson was speechless. What Tony Stark gave you was enough to buy several houses like this, but he was still not satisfied. He glanced at Audrey obscurely, meaning this is the man you are looking for. Audrey seemed to understand something. She held Mei Gan's arms tighter again, with a bright smile on her face. Hey, my friend, you actually ignored me, Tony Stark. You should know that I can buy this street with just one word. Tony was very angry. He was the only one who ignored others. No one could ignore him. If he hadn't just fought a big battle and was exhausted, he would have let this arrogant Chinese man taste his iron fist. And then, Mr. Tony Stark, you should be very busy. You have to go back to prolong your life. You see, the light bulb in your chest is running out of power. If you want a woman, I can introduce you to Offina, who is not far away. She is cheap and of good quality. Oh, sorry, I forgot that Mr. Stark is a wealthy man with plenty of US dollars. He probably doesn't like Aunt Offina. Holy shit, this Chinese's mouth stinks even more than mine, Tony said unhappily to Pepper beside him. Pepper rolled her eyes at Tony, her eyes full of it turns out you know that your mouth stinks. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't expect that you would be homeless now. Although Tony has already compensated you, I still want to say sorry to you, Pepper said to Mei Gan with an apologetic look on her face. It's okay now. Anyway, you and this officer have already paid for it. Please don't joke, he's not my boyfriend yet. Pepper glanced at Tony meaningfully. Okay, Tony, we should go back. Goodbye, everyone. After saying that, she nodded to a few people and pulled Tony, who wanted to say a few words to Mei Gan, out. Mr. Mei, I'll go back first. Don't worry, someone will come to help you restore your house tonight. Just remember it, otherwise I don't know if your headline will be on tomorrow's headlines. Don't worry, I've already called, and, Mr. Mei, your pet chicken is really special. Carlson looked at the little chicken in Uncle Khan's arms and smiled. Right. I specially asked teacher Tony to dye that feather, not you, Mr. Rich. Seeing Tony Stark, who had already stepped into the car door, turned back and looked at him, Mei Gan rolled his eyes at him. Night Washington, S.H.I.E.L.D. Trident Headquarters. Carlson, I still haven't found anything. Nick Fury, who looked like he had been painted, asked Carlson with a sullen face. No, sir, there was one time when he seemed to be about to make a move, but Mr. Stark solved it himself. So, it's just a little bit short. Yes. Now, we can only wait for the next opportunity. You go to our Playboy first. You will be responsible for tomorrow's press conference. Nick Fury rubbed his forehead and felt tired. Sir, I'll go out first, Carlson said, and then walked out. Agent Hill, you brought the white cat in, and she is close to you. Can you still get information from her? After Carlson went out, Nick Fury asked a capable woman opposite. She won't tell me anything now, Hill replied with a complicated look in her eyes, looking out the window. How can someone who is not as handsome as me lure our beautiful Audrey away? Nick Fury asked Hill with a melancholy face. Sir, I have never been in a relationship. I think you asked the wrong person. You should ask yourself. Oh, sorry, you haven't been in a relationship either, Hill said calmly. Nick Fury's face darkened when he heard this. It was just that he was dark to begin with, so his face could not be seen. He waved his hand weakly at Hill and drove Hill away. Nick Fury now just wanted to eat a piece of bear biscuits to lower his blood pressure. Early in the morning, Mei Gan walked out of Audrey's room in a brand new pajamas with a happy face. "Mei, where are you going?" Audrey, wearing a bath towel and with scattered blonde hair, limped behind Mei Gan, hugged him and asked, "You take a rest first. I'll go buy breakfast and take a look at my house. By the way, what do you want to eat?" Mei Gan turned around, picked up Audrey, put her on the bed, kissed her forehead and said softly, "Dough sticks, soy milk okay, wait for me to come back." Obediently Mei Gan walked down the stairs triumphantly and saw that the broken glass and walls of the flower shop had been repaired. TSK. The speed of the Snake Shield Bureau is quite fast. Let's see if my house has been repaired. After saying that, he hurriedly walked out of the door and wanted to look across the street. He saw that the house that collapsed last night had stood there again, and it had one more floor than before. TSK. Beautiful. The 3 floors have become 4 floors, which is good. Next time, should I ask the green block to come over and punch it, and the 4 floors will become 5 floors? Pushing open the door of the physiotherapy shop, Mei Gan looked around. All the furniture has been prepared. Even the physiotherapy tools are not missing. Tap tap tap, but Uncle Gan came down from the 2nd floor with a guide stick. "Hey, Uncle Gan, weren't you taken away by Miss Euphina? Why are you back so early?" "Humph. Bad boy, you forgot your uncle when you had a lover. Can you just go to Euphina's place? Although it doesn't cost money to stay there for a night, it will be bad for your uncle's reputation. So you stayed in a hotel last night?" Mei Gan asked in confusion. "No, I went to sleep at Miss Sophie's place." "That's still the same. How can it be the same? Miss Sophie is younger than Euphina." Uncle Gan pointed at the guide stick in his hand and said angrily, "Okay, got it. Oh, not bad. Uncle Gan, Brother Mei, your store has been renovated. You are willing to spend money." As soon as the voice fell, a young Chinese American walked into the store speaking fluent Chinese. The man was wearing a red sweater, with his hands in his pockets, looking around. "Kato, if you don't go serve that rich 2nd generation baby, come to me when you have time. By the way, every time I say your name, I want to add one more word." Mei Gan patted the man on the shoulder. "Don't mention that childish guy. I quit. I told you to quit a long time ago. You don't believe your brother and me. There's no way. He gives a lot, and he can let me do what I like." Kato shrugged. "Wow. I don't have time to deal with you. You should stay with Uncle Gan. I still have to buy breakfast for my wife." Mei Gan suddenly thought of something and walked out. Brother Mei can find a girlfriend with his appearance? Kato stared at Mei Gan in amazement as he left and asked Uncle Gan, who was sitting on the sofa, "I'm also wondering why someone would like this guy. That woman is not bad looking. You should have seen her. She is the owner of the flower shop opposite," Uncle Gan explained. Kato sat down next to Uncle Gan and poured himself a cup of tea. "Uncle Master, you are not going back to your country," Kato said to Uncle Gan after taking a sip of tea. "No, your master is gone, and you two are the only relatives left in this world. Why would you go back?" "Uncle Master, don't worry. Brother Mei and I will take care of you in your old age." "Two brats," Uncle Gan scolded with a smile. Chapter 7. Come, give us Mr. Stark a one-stop service. It was noon, and the sun was shining brightly. Mei Gan and Audrey walked into the door of the physical therapy center hand in hand. "Welcome, how can you two help?" A young male voice greeted the two. Mei Gan was stunned when he heard this and turned to go out and look at the sign of the physical therapy center. He was right, it was his own. "You are?" Mei Gan asked Peter Parker in confusion. "I'm a clerk here. Are you a regular customer?" "I just came to work yesterday," Peter explained to the two. "Why didn't Uncle Gan tell me in the morning that he had found a high school student clerk?" Mei Gan looked up and down at Peter, frowning and looking more and more familiar. Peter felt uncomfortable being stared at by Mei Gan. Why did this ordinary looking Chinese gentleman stare at her as if he saw a beautiful woman? He didn't look at his beautiful girlfriend, but stared at me, a man. What's that? Why do I feel that you look a little familiar. What's your name? Mei Gan, who couldn't remember, asked the other party hurriedly. My name is Peter Parker, sir. Hiss. Little spider, no wonder you look so familiar. Why did you come to work in my physical therapy clinic? Shouldn't you go to Osborne building? Mei Gan took a breath of cold air. Trouble is here, little spider is here, and those octopuses, lizards and so on are not far away. My house will be demolished several times again. Mei, do you know him? Audrey looked at her boyfriend in confusion. No, I just feel that this name sounds like the protagonist of a movie. Mei Gan laughed to deal with the beautiful girl next to him. Smelly boy, don't bully Peter. This is the apprentice I found yesterday. Peter, this is your other boss. Mei Gan, just call him Mei. At this time, Uncle Gan walked out and said to Mei Gan with a guide stick. Okay, nice to meet you, Mr. Mei. Your name reminds me of my aunt, who is my only relative. Peter stretched out his hand to Mei Gan and the two shook hands. Mei Gan gently touched little spider's hand, then let go, hurried forward, and pulled Uncle Gan aside. Uncle Gan, why didn't you tell me when you hired someone and you hired a little high school student? How can I tell you? I wanted to tell you this morning, but you were only thinking about kissing me and you disappeared in the blink of an eye. Besides, little Peter is much more diligent than you, and he will help me in the future. You can get as far away as you can. Uncle Gan's face was full of contempt. So, love will disappear, right, Uncle Gan? Get as far away as you can from me, aren't you disgusting? It's already difficult for me to deal with those squeamish aunties every day, and you, a grown man, are disgusting me. Little Peter works here, I said. After Uncle Gan finished speaking, he pushed Mei Gan away and walked to the sofa and sat down. Ah, beautiful boss lady, Mei doesn't seem to like me very much. Peter looked at the two people whispering not far away. He always felt that this Chinese boss had something against him. Could it be that he was jealous that I was more handsome than him? No, Mei must have other things to ask for money. Audrey was very happy to hear Peter's address and hurriedly said to Peter in a comforting tone, it doesn't matter if Mei doesn't like me, I will make him accept me. Peter made a gesture to encourage himself, not knowing that Audrey was already looking at him with a vigilant face. I'm kindly here to comfort you. You little guy want to mess with my boyfriend. You are afraid that you don't know what the evil of society is, and then I will blow pillow talk to you and make things difficult for you. At this time, Mei Gan came over, patted Spider-Man on the shoulder and said, little Peter, learn from Uncle Gan, work hard, and try to learn all Uncle Gan's skills. I will work hard, Mei. Peter nodded vigorously. At this time, the TV on the wall broadcast the replay of Stark's press conference in the morning. Point in fact, the truth is, I'm Iron Man. Mei Gan looked at Tony on TV, and at that moment his figure seemed to have light, which was the beginning of a hero who compared himself to a god with a mortal. He thought to himself, Iron Man is back. Tony Stark is so cool, I wish I could meet him someday. Peter was watching the TV with his eyes shining. Just then, boom, the sound of a car engine came, and the car stopped at the door of the physiotherapy center, and two figures got out of the car. Hey, guys, you are still admiring my heroic appearance at the press conference this morning? A nasty voice came. Tony walked into the door of the physiotherapy center with his bodyguard and driver happy. What kind of store is this? A Chinese medicine health therapy center. Tut tut. Is it the kind that can make people immortal? Tony Stark sat down on the sofa without any hesitation and said to himself. Next to the sofa, Peter had already looked excited without knowing when. Hey, my name is Peter Parker. You are Tony Stark. Mr. Stark, I'm your idol. No, you are my fan. No, I don't know what to say. Peter saw Tony's face flushed, stumbling and unable to speak clearly. Mr. Parker, I know how you feel when you meet your idol. Relax. After all, every time a fan sees me, you are like this, very excited. Tony said to Peter with a proud face. Don't bully my clerk. By the way, what do you, a rich man, want to do in my small shop? Mei Gan asked with a glance at Tony. I'm a very honest person. I said yesterday that I would treat you to barbecue, and I must do it. Tony is a face-loving person. It is difficult to say that he has collapsed Mei Gan's house. He feels embarrassed. Although he has paid compensation, he still wants to come and see. Now it seems that the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent is still very efficient. So, you, a busy man, came here today just to treat us to a barbecue. Is there a problem? Dear, what do you think? Mei Gan said to Audrey beside him. If you go, I will go. Okay. Then we will fight the rich today. Mei Gan agreed and suddenly thought of the rich. Isn't this Tony a money-powered person? If we can get him to become a member, we will be one step closer to our goal. Well, Mr. Stark, it's still early. Why don't you try the services in our store? I guarantee you will be unforgettable. Mei Gan said to the rich man sitting on the sofa with a friendly smile on his face. Service? Are the services here serious? Tony looked around the furnishings in the store. Serious? Don't think too much. We'll give you a one-stop service. Cupping, massage, and finally a scraping. I guarantee you will be able to pick several tonight after you're done. Mei Gan raised his eyebrows at Tony and smiled a smile that only men can understand. I can pick several models, even if I don't do this service for you. Seeing that you are so enthusiastic in introducing it to me, I don't want to disappoint you, so I'll give it a try. It's not for the one-to-one service, but simply because I don't want to disappoint you. Tony's face was moved, but he was a little stubborn. I understand. Mr. Stark is just giving me face. Come with me. Mei Gan helped Uncle Kyan up and said to Uncle Kyan, Uncle Kyan, come, give our Mr. Stark a one-stop service. A moment later, Mei Gan returned to the living room. Hey, what's the name of this gentleman? Mei Gan asked Happy, who was standing at the door. Happy Hogan. Mr. Happy, do you want to have one? Mei Gan did not miss any opportunity to make money and targeted Happy. Forget it, sir. I'm working now. I'll come next time I'm free. Happy was already interested after listening to Mei Gan's introduction. It was mainly because he heard from some friends that the whole body felt comfortable after these treatments. It was definitely not for the purpose of picking a few in one night. It was definitely not. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 8. Mr. Stark, you need to exercise moderation. Tony's voice came from the massage room. Everyone felt their faces flushed when they heard it. Sir, is the boss okay? Happy heard Tony's voice and asked Mei Gan nervously. If it wasn't for the fact that the voice sounded like a comfortable voice, Happy would have rushed in long ago. Don't worry, it's okay. You can hear how strong his voice is. Happy listened carefully and felt that it was true. He was thinking about when he could do it himself. The master's skills are really amazing. I must learn all the master's skills and become a skilled health-preserving Chinese medicine practitioner. Peter said to cheer himself up. Mei Gan's eyes widened when he heard it. Damn it. Spider-Man is not a superhero anymore, but a masseur. What a sin. What a sin. Peter, you still have to go to school. Although Uncle Kyan asked you to help during your rest time, you still have to study hard. Mei Gan reminded Peter. Peter, help me get that new alcohol lamp. Peter was still thinking about what to say when Uncle Kyan's voice rang out in the massage room. I'm here, master. Peter hurried to do something after hearing that. Don't move. Let me do it. I have something to say to Mr. Stark. Mei Gan held Peter and got up to get something. After a moment, Mei Gan walked into the massage room with an alcohol lamp with a fake smile on his face. Giving the alcohol lamp in his hand to Uncle Kyan, Mei Gan pulled over a chair and said to Tony, Mr. Stark, how do you feel? Uncle Kyan's craftsmanship is particularly good, loose and tight, with even force, which makes you unable to stop. Very good. Kyan's craftsmanship is better than those long-legged beauties. Tony exhaled a breath of turbid air, lying on the bed, and gave Uncle Kyan a thumbs up. That's right, Uncle Kyan is an old technician. Then Mr. Stark, do you want to apply for a membership card? There are discounts for applying for the card now. Top up 500 and get 500. Buy more and get more. You don't need to make an appointment next time you come, and you can specify Uncle Khan to help you serve. Mei Gan said to Tony with a profiteer's smile. Okay, top up 1 million for me later. Tony waved his hand generously, with a nonchalant look on his face. Boss Stark, you are so generous. Mei Gan's eyes narrowed into slits when he heard that. He is indeed a man with money power. One order is better than my annual income. Mei Gan was very happy, and his small goal was one step closer. Mr. Stark, I have 2 bad news, and I don't know whether to tell them or not. Uncle Khan interrupted at this time. What is it? Tony looked up at Uncle Khan in confusion. The first bad news. Mr. Stark, you have to be restrained. Your kidneys are a little weak. Uncle Khan patted Tony on the shoulder while speaking earnestly. Mei Gan heard Uncle Khan's words and looked at Tony with contempt. He was so young, but had kidney deficiency. It's true that young people don't know the value of youth, and they cry when they are old. You are not even old yet, and you are about to cry. Who? I have kidney deficiency. It's impossible. I just fought hundreds of rounds with a beautiful woman a few days ago. Tony's face darkened when he heard that. He was a little embarrassed. You old man is very bad. How can you slander someone's innocence? Anyway, no, don't believe it. Kidney deficiency. How is it possible? Don't disbelieve me. I just massaged you and took your pulse. Fortunately it's not serious. Have you been suffering from insomnia and dreaminess recently? Backache and feel a little powerless when doing that? What? I said it right. How is it possible? I was just tired from work. Tony continued to be stubborn. Fatigue is also one of the causes of kidney deficiency. Do you still want to regain your manliness? If you do, listen to me. If you still don't believe it, you can go to the hospital. I'm not kidding. Ahem. I'll tell you about this later. What is the second news you said? Tony interrupted Uncle Khan. Young man, don't listen to the old man. The second news is that you are poisoned and you are dying. What? Poisoned? Impossible. Oh, I understand. Are you going to say that there is a product that can help me detoxify? I don't care about money. Don't treat me, Tony, as a fool. Tony sat up angrily. Just now you said I had kidney deficiency, and now you say I was poisoned. Humph. Are you two liars? I know you don't believe it. The poison came out of the hole in your chest. Think about what's in your chest. Uncle Khan was not angry either, and pointed to the light bulb on Tony's chest. There are only a few bullet fragments in my chest. What else can it be? Tony was still defending himself, and suddenly seemed to think of something. You figured it out. The more you continue to use the armor you used last night, the faster you will die. Tony silently touched his chest with his hand, thinking of what was in his chest. Palladium element, palladium poisoning. Without hearing Tony's answer, Uncle Khan smiled and said, Mr. Stark, don't be depressed. Fortunately, the poison is not deep now. I will help you with acupuncture to remove the poison, and then go to the hospital to take out the shell in your chest. But it should be a bit difficult for you to find a doctor who can help you with the operation, or you are not using your armor. If I don't have the armor, am I still Iron Man? Khan, I'll go back first, and I'll ask Happy to pick you up in the evening. Tony stood up and began to put on his clothes. Hearing that there was something wrong with his body, he no longer had the interest to accept Uncle Khan's service. Now he just wanted to check his body. See you tonight. Uncle Khan knew that he couldn't keep Tony, so he said hello to him. Mei, I will ask someone to transfer money to your account. I promised. Apply for a card. I have to say that Khan's craftsmanship is really good. Bye. After saying that, he walked out. TSK. He doesn't know if he can spend all the money. He is also a poor man. Look at his appearance. He will use his armor in the future. In some people's hearts, some things are still higher than life. Uncle Khan said with emotion while washing his hands. He is pitiful. What is pitiful about him? He has a lot of money, endless beauties, fame, and fortune. Besides, who said he will definitely die? Mei Gan muttered. Check the palladium poisoning content, sir. The blood toxicity is 3%. Vegetable juice can eliminate the symptoms of palladium poisoning. Mr. Khan is right. As long as you continue to use the iron armor, the poisoning will be faster. You don't have much time and choice. Jarvis' voice came. Tony frowned, lifted his clothes, walked to the mirror, and looked at his chest. There were already several black lines spreading there. Unfortunately, the device that keeps you alive will also kill you. Miss Potts is here. Jarvis' voice sounded again. Don't tell him. Jarvis. Tony pulled down his clothes and said, Tony, it's time for you and Mr. May to have dinner. Happy has already left to pick them up. Potts' head poked through the glass door and shouted to Tony. Okay, right away. A barbecue restaurant in New York. 1 or 2 luxury cars stopped at the door and Mei Gan and the other 2 got out of the car. Mei Gan wanted to bring Spider-Man with him, but he had to go home early. After all, he was still a child. I sat in my seat and waited for more than 10 minutes. Happy, how long will it take for your boss to arrive? Mei Gan asked impatiently. He should be here soon. Hey, you should feel honored. Mei, not everyone is qualified to wait for Tony Stark. Tony's annoying voice came, and he walked in with a step that didn't recognize any relatives. Haha. It's really an honor. Mei Gan curled his lips, and he didn't argue with you, because you paid the bill today. At this time, outside the barbecue restaurant, an extended luxury car stopped at the door, and a slightly plump young man walked into the barbecue restaurant. Chapter 9. Oh my god. Kung Fu Night. In the barbecue restaurant, Mei Gan and his friends were talking happily. Especially Audrey and Pepper. After talking for a while, they seemed like good friends who had known each other for several years. Although Tony Stark had a bad temper, it was fine, as long as they ignored him. After all, he was the one who paid the bill today, and Tony had been whispering with Uncle Kyan today, and no one knew what they were talking about. Mei Gan knew at a glance that they were talking about him being poisoned. The others were talking happily, but Mei Gan was concentrating on the barbecue in front of him. I have to say that the barbecue in this restaurant is really delicious, but the price is a bit expensive. After eating this time, I don't know when I can eat it again. I must eat enough today. Mei Gan thought to himself, and his hands unconsciously moved faster. Not far from Mei Gan's seat, the childish baby Britt and Skylan were talking about something. In the past 5 minutes, I saw your stupid expression and knew that you were trying to understand all this, but it's a pity that you will be killed by the Green Hornet soon. Skylan looked at the childish baby's confused expression and said coldly, what? Britt looked at the other person in confusion. At this moment, there was a commotion in the barbecue restaurant, and the guests who were dining got up and fled from their seats, leaving only Mei Gan's table still standing. After a while, Britt realized something behind his head. He turned his head quickly and saw Kato wearing the Green Hornet uniform and pointing a pistol at him. Before you kill me, I just want to say, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Britt didn't panic, but said to Kato with a guilty look on his face, I forgive you. Kato replied calmly. Then he pointed the gun at Skylan. Not far away, Mei Gan and others turned their heads and looked at Kato and others. Uncle Kyan, it's that kid Kato. Mei Gan already knew Kato's identity. Uncle Kyan didn't say anything after hearing this. After a few breaths, he seemed to have realized something. He looked unhappy and cursed. This stinky boy, he didn't learn much martial arts, and he's holding a gun to charge garlic. Fuck, you are still chatting here. Let's go quickly. I didn't bring any armor with me today. Tony cursed and realized it later, and was about to take little Pepper away. Bang bang. Several gunshots rang out, and a group of big men with pistols broke into the barbecue restaurant, raised their hands and shot at Kato and the other 2. Dense bullets shot at Kato and the other 2. Kato quickly pulled Britt behind the counter. Here, Mei Gan and others saw this, and squatted down, and hid under the table. Kyan, squat down quickly. Mei, why don't you help Kyan? Tony squatted under the table, but found that Uncle Kyan was still sitting in his original position, not moving. He cursed Mei Gan for being timid in his heart, and hurriedly shouted to Uncle Kyan, Uncle Kyan, you. Mei Gan saw that Uncle Kyan didn't squat down. His face changed drastically, and he knew that Uncle Kyan was going to save people. Mei Gan knew that Kato could handle it, but Uncle Kyan didn't know. Mei Gan was not worried about Uncle Kyan's safety. He knew Uncle Kyan's skills. These pistols couldn't hurt Uncle Kyan's hair. What he was worried about was that Uncle Kyan would expose his skills and be known by the S.H.I.E.L.D. Bureau, and then troubles would come one after another. Uncle Kyan ignored the few people and sat in his original position with a calm face. At this time, Uncle Kyan seemed to see the situation of Kato and the others. He moved his right hand slightly, and 2 silver lights flashed, and the knife and fork in front of Uncle Kyan disappeared. Everyone only saw the light flash, but only saw that 2 holes had appeared in the throats of the 4 gunmen, and blood was dripping in an instant. Oh God, this is Gun Fu. Several foreigners stared at Uncle Kyan, who was like a master, with their eyes wide open. Uncle Kyan's face was calm, but his hands did not stop moving. The continuous silver light flashed, and one by one the gunmen fell down, covering their throats. In a few breaths of effort, the tableau on the table was gone. There were no standing gunmen in the store. All the gunmen had been killed by Uncle Kyan. Kato and the other man were hiding under the counter, wondering why the gunshots had disappeared. They quickly poked their heads out and looked around. At a glance, they saw Uncle Kyan sitting at the table. Seeing Uncle Kyan, Kato immediately smiled. "Bastard, get over here." Uncle Kyan had an angry look on his face. "Come here." Kato's smile immediately fell when he saw Uncle Kyan's face. Damn, Uncle Kyan is angry. Mei Gan and the others sat down at the table again. Tony looked at Uncle Kyan with shining eyes. He had seen Uncle Kyan's superb medical skills in the morning, and now he saw Uncle Kyan's kung fu. In Tony's mind, Uncle Kyan was a legendary master, but he didn't know how good he was. You didn't practice the kung fu your master taught you, and you were forced into this by a few gangsters with pistols. You really made your master proud. Your master's coffin lid can't hold it down. Uncle Kyan pointed at Kato and cursed. "Uncle Master, I know I was wrong." Kato pulled off the mask on his face and responded in a low voice with his head down. "I know I'm wrong. Humph. Starting tomorrow, you have to come and practice with me every morning. Such a good talent for martial arts training is actually wasted on you." Uncle Kyan snorted coldly. "I know, Uncle Master." In the barbecue restaurant, under the aisle where no one noticed, 2 gun barrels were moving, and then slowly aimed at Uncle Kyan. Everyone's attention was on Uncle Kyan and the other person, and no one noticed his existence. Bang swish, the gunshots rang out. At the same time, the guide stick in Uncle Kyan's hand flashed like lightning, and shot down 2 bullets. Fuck. The owner of the pistol cursed inwardly, and turned to escape. Behind Uncle Kyan, the magic power in Mei Gan's hand gradually dissipated. Audrey beside Mei Gan's eyes moved slightly, and looked forward, as if she didn't see it. Humph, you sneak attack in front of a blind man, and you still want to run away. Uncle Kyan's words fell, and his figure popped out like a bullet. In an instant, he was already next to the gunman. The guide stick in his hand waved, and the shadow of the stick passed by, and in the blink of an eye, it had hit the gunman's head. The gunman groaned, and his figure slid to the ground like a mollusk. Bang, a pistol with 2 muzzles fell to the ground. Master Uncle is really strong and healthy. Kato walked to Uncle Kyan and flattered him. "Stay away from me, kid." Uncle Kyan poked Kato's shoulder with his guide stick. "Kyan, you are really amazing. Is this the legendary Kigam? You can shoot down bullets, even if you are blind." Tony gave Uncle Kyan a thumbs up. "Tony Stark, why are you here?" Uncle Kyan hadn't answered yet, but Britt had already stared at Tony with jealousy in his eyes. You know, his dead father had always used Tony Stark to educate him in the past. "Hey, you are." Tony frowned and looked at Britt, who looked like a fool. "He is the heir of Reed Media," Pepper reminded Tony in his ear. "So, why can't I be here? You are the kid who often snatches models from me." After Pepper's reminder, Tony already knew who this was. "Also, don't disturb me and my guests while we eat," Tony said and ignored Britt. Chapter 10. You're hiding here. At night, Mei Gan and his friends have returned home. Mei Gan lazily lies on the sofa. "Uncle Kyan, why don't you explain to me what you did today?" Mei Gan's forehead aches when he thinks of Uncle Kyan's exposure tonight. It seems that he is still in trouble. "Hey, Kato is the disciple of my deceased senior brother. Although my senior brother didn't teach him many skills, he is a proper disciple after all. I can't just watch him die. There are only 2 of us left in my school. I don't have many days left. I might die tomorrow. Kung Fu still needs to be passed on." Uncle Kyan sighed. Uncle Khan. How do you know he can't handle it himself? You have to make him fly too. Fly a chicken leg. My senior brother just taught him a little kung fu and left. I only found him the year before last. With his skills, one bullet can kill him. Then you have been going out from time to time for more than a year to teach him skills. I thought you went to find that rich auntie. Mei Gan said regretfully. Originally, he thought that Uncle Khan would have an old partner to take care of him in the future who knew that he went to find a hot-blooded man. You little bastard. You miss your uncle so much. You want to be beaten. After saying that, Uncle Khan raised the guide stick in his hand and pretended to hit Mei Gan. Don't pretend. Uncle Khan, how can you bear to hit me? If you hurt me, who will take care of you in your old age and see you to the end of your life? Besides, you can't beat me. Mei Gan exposed Uncle Khan's thoughts. Brat, Uncle Khan scolded with a smile. Then he put away his smile after a moment and said to Mei Gan, what are you afraid of? You have the power that others dream of. Are you willing to let them sink into your hands? Sometimes, I find that you seem very lonely and lonely. You are like a shadow floating outside this world. Hearing this, Mei Gan leaned his head on the backrest of the sofa, his eyes wandering in the center of the white ceiling. After a while, he murmured, actually, I know everything. I know that she has been observing me and knows about your conversation, so I know Audrey's identity. I also know that you are worried about me. I just pretended to be confused. I have been trying to integrate into this world, but I always feel that something is missing. Maybe it's identity, maybe it's feelings, I don't know. So I tried to love someone like an ordinary person, tried to work hard like an ordinary person, or maybe I'm too pretentious. After speaking, Mei Gan showed a wry smile on his face. Have you ever thought that you don't need to hide your abilities like before? You just need to follow your own heart, even if it's exposed. So what? The worst that can happen is a big fuss. That makes sense. You are worthy of being Uncle Khan. It seems I can pretend in the future. Mei Gan said with a wretched smile. Hey, Mei, what are you talking about? Your smile is so disgusting. Audrey had walked to the door of the store without knowing when, looking at Mei Gan's smile, and said with disgust, no, I want to ask Uncle Khan to ask Kato to help me modify a car. Mei Gan made up an excuse. When did you buy a car? How come I didn't know? I plan to buy it tomorrow. Beautiful girl, are you free to accompany your dear man to choose our car tomorrow? Mei Gan walked to Audrey and hugged her waist and said, of course. Audrey said, and kissed Mei Gan on the cheek. That's great. Let's go. It's late. Let's go back to sleep. After saying that, he took Audrey's hand and was about to walk to the other side. Suddenly, he thought of something and turned to Uncle Khan and said, Uncle Khan, you should be fine alone, right? Go away. Brat, I have a little chicken to accompany me. Don't treat your uncle as an ordinary blind man. That's good. Hehe. Mei Gan smiled and turned away anxiously. Audrey is a good girl, don't let her down. Looking at the backs of the two, Uncle Khan said softly, as if talking to himself. Under the street light, Mei Gan waved his right hand, as if responding to Uncle Khan's words. Picking up the little chicken beside him, Uncle Khan stood up and went to close the door and go to sleep, and he didn't forget to sigh a few words. Confused. It's good to be confused, isn't it, little chicken? Ah. What are you talking about, Uncle Khan? I've been thinking about my plan. The little chicken raised his little chicken head and asked in confusion. You don't understand. Okay. Accompany me to Chinatown to buy some things tomorrow, and I'll leave the store to Kato. Anyway, that guy knows a little bit. The next morning, two luxury cars stopped at the door of the physiotherapy center. An old woman with black hair and a thin figure got out of the car with the help of her subordinates. The old woman was holding a cane and wearing a black dress. Her face made her look particularly fierce. Madam, the brothers found out that the old man was hiding here. Chinese Medicine Healthcare Physiotherapy Center. The old ghost was hiding here. Have you found out? Looking at the sign, the old man sneered. The brothers have found out that the old man is blind. A Chinese saved him and let him work here. The Chinese is just an ordinary person. The subordinate bent down and answered. It's good that he is blind. It's time to settle the grudges in the past. Then he walked straight to the physiotherapy center. Welcome. The old man walked into the store, and immediately a voice came. Looking at the old man who walked in, Kato smiled and greeted him. I don't know what service this customer wants. The old man didn't answer, but looked around the store, and looked at Kato after a while. Boy, where is that old man Kan Wen's hung? Ah. So the customer is looking for my uncle, but my uncle is out for something, and he's not here today. Uncle, you are the apprentice of that old ghost Luo Jun. Hearing Kato's words, the old man's expression became even colder. Kato seemed to have noticed something was wrong, and the smile on his face had been put away. I don't know what this customer wants to do. You are his apprentice. Great. Humph. What are you doing? Your master and your uncle chased us so badly back then, so it's just right that we can collect some interest from you first. The old man looked at Kato coldly, his eyes full of murderous intent. Kato's face changed when he heard this, and his body stepped back a few steps. This kind of person who can escape from the pursuit of his master and uncle is definitely not someone he can deal with. Catch him and wait for that old ghost to come to the door. The old man ordered several of his men. After the old man gave the order, several of his men pulled out pistols from their suits. Kato had already noticed something was wrong and was running to the second floor. While running, he took out his cell phone and called Uncle Kan. Hey, uncle, there's an ugly old woman looking for revenge. Don't come back yet. Kato waited for the call to be connected and then quickly said something and hung up. Sir, if you have anything to say, let's talk later. I have something to do in my store now, so I don't have time to chat with you here. Uncle Kan put down his phone and said to Carlson opposite, it seems that the old man has encountered some trouble. Do you need our help? Carlson still answered with a smile. No, we can handle it ourselves. After that, he ignored Carlson and rushed home. Hey, stinky boy, there is a bad guest in the store. You should go over quickly, otherwise Kato will be gone if you are late. On this side, Uncle Kan said anxiously, as soon as Mei Gan answered the phone. Uncle Kan, I've seen it. I think our house needs to be renovated again. Mei Gan had just walked out of the flower shop when he saw noises of robbery coming from his house. The house that had just been restored became riddled with holes again. Chapter 11. That Chinese person actually used magic. What happened in the Target store? Carlson looked at Uncle Kan, who left anxiously, and asked into the headset. Sir, a group of people broke into the Target store. Now there is a gunfight here. Do we want to help? The reply came from the other side of the phone. No, keep observing. I'll rush over now, Carlson said to the other side. Got it, sir. Outside the physiotherapy center, Mei Gan looked at his already dilapidated house and was furious. The house I just asked someone to build is going to be destroyed again. If the person who demolished my house this time is a poor ghost, then he will be torn into pieces. If he is a rich person, he must restore my house before he can go to hell. At most, you will be left with a whole body. Thinking of this, Mei Gan made a fist with his right hand, and a scepter appeared in his hand. As a wizard, he must hold the scepter to be qualified. Although he has also extracted the skills of melee heroes in recent years, he is not afraid of fighting the Hulk in a physical battle. But Mei Gan is a master who chooses wizards every time he plays games. How can he fight these scum in a physical battle? It's the wizard who is not elegant, or the wizard is not handsome enough. After all, being handsome is a lifelong thing. Holding the whirlwind staff with a blue glow, Mei Gan felt that he was a little more handsome. If Audrey saw it, she would probably love me even more. Ah, my damn charm, now is not the time to think about these things. In the game, the whirlwind staff can only blow enemy units into the sky without any damage effect and can only be used 3 times. The one extracted by the system is an enhanced version, and the effect is as follows. Whirlwind staff effect. Use it on enemy units within 600 meters. After use, you can release the tornado skill, roll the enemy into the air for 10 seconds, causing a lot of damage per second, and can be used again after 10 seconds. The system is really yides. As for the so-called large amount of damage per second, it depends on the person. If it is used on an ordinary person like Pepper, it will only last for 2 seconds at most, but if it is used on the green fat man, it will only scratch the skin. However, it is enough for the current scene. Mei Gan approached his house, but at this moment, a figure jumped down from the second floor balcony. In the blink of an eye, the figure was already beside Mei Gan. Brother Gan, run, they are my uncle's enemies. Kato grabbed Mei Gan and tried to run away, but he couldn't pull Mei Gan at all even with all his strength. He turned around and looked at Mei Gan in surprise, only to see that Mei Gan's face was now full of anger, as if he wanted to burn the enemy opposite to death. Brother Gan, don't be impulsive, we can't beat him, This. Kato had no sound at the end, and his hand unconsciously let go of Mei Gan's arm. He saw the staff in Mei Gan's hand. You step back, I'm going to kill these sons of bitches, Mei Gan said, gritting his teeth. After Mei Gan finished speaking, he waved the staff in his hand at the few robbers who had just run out. In an instant, a tornado with a diameter of 2 meters and a height of 10 meters appeared out of thin air, rolling up the robbers into the air. It was visible to the naked eye that several robbers were spinning back and forth with the tornado. Before they knew it, their clothes had been torn to pieces, and several scars appeared on their bodies from time to time. Ah! The screams came from the tornado, so miserable. On the second floor of a house diagonally opposite the physiotherapy center, a blond man looked at the scene with his mouth wide open. Oh my god. As usual, he called God, and after coming to his senses, the blonde agent quickly pressed his headset and said to the other side, "Sir, you won't believe what I saw. I don't want to guess riddles, sir. Tell me what's going on." Carlson's voice came from the other side. "Okay, sir, I actually saw that Chinese using magic, you know." He took out his magic wand and waved it lightly, and a tornado appeared. It was really amazing. I didn't expect that magic really exists in this world. I know, I'm almost there. Remember to record it and give it to me later. Got it, sir. When the Snake Shield agent reported the news, Mei Gan was here. The tornado had long dissipated, and several robbers fell to the ground with bruises all over their bodies, and they had already died. In the physiotherapy center, hearing the noise outside, the old lady in black walked out slowly, followed by the robber leader. Looking at the men who had no breath on the ground, the old lady in black frowned, looked at Mei Gan and said sternly, "Who are you? You ask me who I am, and I want to ask you who dares to demolish my house." Mei Gan stared at the old lady in black and said angrily, "Mei, dear, don't be angry. I don't know when." Audrey came behind Mei Gan, patted Mei Gan on the back and advised, "Dear, look, our other home has been destroyed again. How can I not be angry? It was just built." Mei Gan heard Audrey's voice, suppressed the anger in his heart, and pointed at the house and said, "Madam, that is the Chinese who saved Kan Wen's hang. Here," the robber leader introduced to the old lady. "This is the ordinary Chinese you said." The old lady looked at her men with murderous eyes. Touched by the old lady's eyes, the robber quickly shrank his neck. "Sir, we don't want to be your enemy. As long as you hand over the old ghost surnamed Kyan and this kid to us, we will renovate your house and give you an extra 10 million. The old lady softened her expression and said in a gentler voice. Hearing the old lady's words, Mei Gan licked his lips unconsciously. 10 million was a lot. He almost gave it to Kato with a knife. You want to buy the relationship between me and Uncle Kyan with 10 million? You look down on me too much. Unless you add money, no, unless I die. Mei Gan scratched his head with the scepter in his hand and almost said what was in his heart. It was a close call. Sir, 20 million. The old lady wanted to continue. You don't have to say it. Give me the money for destroying my house first, so that I can send you to hell later. I don't want to go to the insurance company. They are too slow. Mei Gan waved the scepter and interrupted the old lady. Since the gentleman is determined to be the enemy of our hand, then there is nothing to talk about. The old lady raised the cane in her hand and walked slowly towards Mei Gan. As an old man who has lived for more than 400 years, she knew that to deal with such a long-range master, she had to get close and then kill him with one blow. After all, long-range units have very little health. Don't think that I, an old woman, don't play games. I, an old woman, am a strong man of the gold rank. Humph. Hand, you are Mrs. Gao, one of the 5 fingers. No wonder you are so arrogant. You must be a rich man. I will beat you half to death first, and then ask your men to bring money. she said to Mrs. Gao, who was getting closer and closer to her, and then Mei Gan patted Audrey's hips and said to her, "Dear, please step back first. I don't want this old woman to hurt you." It seems that the gentleman knows a lot. Mrs. Gao ignored Mei Gan's harsh words. "I know more than you do, such as what you call immortality, dragon bones, and black space. How do you know this?" Hearing Mei Gan's words, Madame Gao paused and looked at Mei Gan with some surprise. "I'm surprised or not, I've already said that I know more than you think." Mei Gan looked at Madame Gao with disdain. "Then I can't let you stay." Looking at Mei Gan with murderous eyes, Madame Gao quietly took a few steps closer. Chapter 12. I thought he was a king, but he turned out to be a bronze. Madame Gao was getting closer and closer to Mei Gan. Her right hand was already on the dragon head of the cane, and the long sword could be unsheathed at any time. This kid was already a corpse, and he was still too young. He dared to let me, an assassin, get so close to you. If you don't die, who'll die? Okay, that black brother over there, don't look at it. It's you. Go back and get the money. Mei Gan didn't want to chat with this old woman anymore, and said to the robber, "Humph, die." At this time, Madame Gao saw that this kid despised her so much and had time to order her subordinates, and she was immediately furious. Clang, the long sword in her hand was unsheathed. White light burst out, and it was like a white silk thread slashing towards Mei Gan's throat. Mei Gan showed a disdainful smile. "My equipment is full of 6+ guardian rings, and I'm still afraid of you getting close. With you can't break the defense even if you chop. If it weren't for the guardian rings that would light up green, which means bad things, I would have full of them on my hands. After all, I have a girlfriend now." When the long sword was still 20 centimeters away from him, Mei Gan tapped the ground with his staff. "Entangle," Mei Gan said. The ground cracked, and thick tree roots quickly rose from the ground. The thick tree roots were like a big green python, winding towards Madame Gao's body. The green tree roots had tied up Madame Gao in the blink of an eye, making her unable to move. The tip of the long sword in Madame Gao's hand was only 5 centimeters away from Mei Gan's throat, and she couldn't get any closer. Entangle, the first skill of Malfurion Stormridge, the hero of the Night Elves and the Guardian of the Jungle. Summon tree roots from the ground to entangle the enemy, making it unable to move, and causing continuous damage. The skills extracted by the system are all full level and enhanced, so the damage is as follows. Release 2 enemies within 800 meters. Entangle the enemy for 15 seconds. Release interval 4 seconds, and cause a lot of damage per second. As above, the large amount of damage here is to people. Each skill extracted consumes magic power, just like entanglement, which consumes 75 points of magic power. However, magic power is the least of Mei Gan's worries, because Mei Gan's magic power is displayed in the system as a symbol, which means endless. There is no way. Who told Mei Gan to use the cheats just before crossing? First of all, it is not that I can't beat a simple human computer. I just want to try whether the cheats work or not. Yes, that's it. Collect. Mei Gan's voice just fell, and the thick tree roots slowly retracted into the ground. In just a few seconds, Mrs. Gao was already covered in blood, as if she was about to be buried. Kato, tie up this old woman for me. Don't let her die. I have to go to Other Fingers to ask for money. Mei Gan turned around and ordered Kato. Yes, Brother Gan. Looking at the embarrassed Mrs. Gao on the ground, Kato shook his body, turned his head, and looked at Mei Gan with admiration. I thought that Brother Gan was just a person who was not as good as bronze, but who knew that he was a king? However, Mrs. Gao, who was a king to me, was a bronze to Brother Gan. Hey, boy, aren't you going back to get the money? If this old woman dies, aren't you afraid that the other 4 fingers will chop you off? Mei Gan shouted at the stunned robber leader. Yes, sir, I'll go right away. Get out of here. Mei Gan waved at the robber leader. Gee, the brakes sounded. Before the robber leader walked far, the car stopped in front of the flower shop. Uncle Gan got out of the car first and walked quickly towards the few people with a guide stick. It's Mrs. Gao from the Shuhahu. Uncle Gan had already noticed the identity of the old woman on the ground before he approached. My senior brother and I chased them for several years and couldn't kill them. It was also this old woman's bad luck that she met a monster like you. Uncle Kyan came to Mei Gan and said with emotion, "We haven't killed any of them after chasing them for several years. Uncle Kyan, you are too weak. This old woman is not strong either." Mei Gan looked at Uncle Kyan with disdain. "You little brat, do you think everyone is like you? Uncle Kyan, you have to spend the night at Aunt Sophie's house again tonight." Without getting entangled in this matter, Mei Gan changed the subject and looked at Uncle Kyan with pity. Uncle Kyan's face was calm when he heard this. "It's just to serve Miss Sophie for one night. I'm willing." Ahem. "No, I'm quite reluctant. This destructive power is so powerful." Carlson looked at the damaged ground around him. "Mr. Mei, our FBI officially notified you that you will be recruited." Carlson walked in front of Mei Gan and raised his ID. "Don't let the FBI take the blame. You are the Department of Homeland Defense or something. The name is too long, and I can't remember it. Oh, by the way, you should have changed your name to S.H.I.E.L.D. Mei Gan waved his hand to interrupt Carlson. "It seems that Mr. Stark already knows us, so we won't hide it. We want to invite you to join our Avengers." Carlson put the ID in his pocket with a smile. "Coulson, you can't make a decision, so you should ask the black boiled egg behind you to talk to me. Also, Tony Stark won't tell us this. I only know this myself," Mei Gan explained, after pointing to the headset beside his ear. "Black boiled egg." Carlson looked at Mei Gan in confusion. "Don't you think your director looks like a boiled egg?" Mei Gan said firmly. On the other side of Carlson's headset, Nick Fury touched his smooth head unconsciously and thought he looked quite good. Damn, this kid was actually teasing him. Ward fake transformed. Carlson thought of his own director and felt that he looked a bit like him. He wanted to laugh, but didn't dare to laugh out loud. After all, the director was still listening. It would be bad to be bullied in the future. The director's mind is not big. Who knows when he will be sent to a certain corner of Africa for a mission. That would be too unfair. It seems that Mr. Mei knows a lot. Carlson quickly suppressed his thoughts and said to Mei Gan, "Like I just told that old woman, I know much more than you do, such as the agents you arranged there, such as Audrey, and for example. It's better for you not to know. It will be sad." Mei Gan pointed to the window on the second floor opposite and finally smiled at Audrey beside him. "Mei, I'm sorry." Audrey heard what she said and wanted to say something, but then she thought that she had been hiding it from Mei Gan. Her eyes dimmed, and she said to Mei Gan apologetically, "Mr. Mei, Audrey has actually resigned. These things have nothing to do with her. She has been hiding it from us." Before Mei Gan spoke, Carlson hurriedly explained to Audrey, "I didn't say I would blame Audrey. We will talk about her later in the room secretly. You can ask Harry Ludan to come and talk to me when the time comes. Our director said he would come to you." Carlson received instructions from Nick Fury and said to Mei Gan, "I'll wait for him to come. Now, help me wash the floor first." Mei Gan pointed to the body on the ground. "Leave it to us." Carlson generously took on the responsibility of cleaning the floor. After all, he didn't have to do it himself, and his men would naturally do it. He could also do a small favor to Mei Gan. Seeing that there was nothing else to do, Mei Gan asked a few people to go to the flower shop to rest first and wait for the robber to bring the money. Chapter 13. Flower shop. Several people were sitting and chatting in the reception area. Not long after, the robber had taken the US dollars that destroyed the house, which turned out to be a huge sum of 5 million. Mei Gan was very happy to send the two people to hell and mercifully left them a complete body. "I'm so kind," Mei Gan thought narcissistically while touching his chin. After sending the S.H.I.E.L.D. people to transport the body away, Mei Gan came to the door of the flower shop and looked at his own house and was secretly worried. "Where can I find someone to repair it? I don't know the person who built the house. What should I do if I get cheated? I worked so hard to make money, and that was my hard-earned money. If Uncle Kyan knew that he thought so, he would definitely spit in his face. Hard-earned money, there is blood, but it is not his, and there is not a drop of sweat. How dare you say hard-earned money? There are such shameless people." Boom. Accompanied by a high BGM, Tony Stark in an iron suit fell from the sky. "Hey, is there a terrorist attack? Mei, your house is really pitiful since it has been destroyed again." Tony walked out of the battlesuit and joked to Mei Gan. Don't tell me you don't know. Jarvis should have told you. You are such a smart guy, but worse than me. Mei, I didn't expect you to be a magician. It seems that I still know too little about this world. What you see now is just the tip of the iceberg. Maybe the gods in your mythology will appear in a while. It's really nice to despise this smart man and marvel. I hope you are not kidding. I'm not kidding. Hey. By the way, your company should have a construction team. Mei Gan suddenly thought of something. Isn't it the boss of a big company? A company as big as Stark Industries can't be without a construction team. Yes, if you need it, I will ask Jarvis to contact them, and I will also ask Jarvis to help you redesign the layout of the house. Tony waved his hand and took care of all the things about Mei Gan's house. Boss, generous. Mei Gan gave Tony a thumbs up. No way, too much money, too much to spend, Tony said pretentiously, spreading his hands. Here, consider it the cost of building a house. Mei Gan put 2 bottles of green liquid in Tony's hands. Hey, Mei, what did you give me? I don't like people putting things in my hands directly. Tony held 2 bottles of green liquid in his hands, quite disgusted, but dared not throw them away directly. The life potion is a magical product that can relieve the palladium poisoning in your body. If you don't want it, give it back to me. Mei Gan stretched out his hand to Tony, pretending to take the potion back. This, really? Then I will accept it reluctantly. Tony heard that it could relieve his palladium poisoning and hurriedly put the 2 bottles of magic potion into his pocket. I have to thank you. Rolled his eyes at Tony and walked inside. Hey, Mei, you haven't told me how to use this yet. Tony took out a bottle of life potion and looked at it carefully. Just drink it directly. If you want to use it externally, you can, but the effect is not that good. Thanks, buddy, Tony whispered to Mei Gan. Don't be so loud, I can hear you. Mei Gan, who had just walked away, turned around and waved to Tony. Night. On the 2nd floor of the flower shop, Audrey was wearing a lavender lace pajamas, standing in front of Mei Gan with her head down and aggrieved. Her curvy figure was faintly visible under the lace, and the white skin exposed under the collarbone seemed to remind Mei Gan that he should do his business. The ultimate temptation. Mei Gan swallowed his saliva and felt dizzy. It was not because he was sick, but because of the headlights. This girl used to wear ordinary pajamas, but today she used a uniform to seduce. It was too much, so the curse words came to her lips, but she couldn't say them. Mei Gan calmed down, gritted his teeth, and pretended to be angry and said, "You girl, do you think I can't recognize you? After all, I saved you twice, and you took a mission to come close to me. I have reminded you many times, otherwise how could you use your ability on the balcony?" "Dear, I didn't think so much." Audrey, who is usually straightforward and extremely gentle to Mei Gan, showed an aggrieved expression, which made Mei Gan say that he couldn't stand it. After all, every man is not a real SP, it's just a matter of age, not to mention his girlfriend. Okay, let's stop the identity issue here. I can feel your affection. I didn't let you leave at the beginning. I'm still with you, because I know that you have been kind to me since you saw me. Who is kind to me and who has intentions towards me, I can still feel it as a man as strong as you. Mei Gan said, swallowing his saliva from time to time, and felt that the anger in his chest was about to be suppressed. After taking a sip of ice water handed over by Audrey, Mei Gan continued, "Why do you want to quit, you spendthrift woman? Why bother to resign? As long as you write a report to Ludenthal saying that you will continue to monitor me, you can live the same way and still earn a good salary for nothing. From time to time, you can also write a report to apply for some materials, daily necessities and the like. This will save a lot of money. It hurts my heart to think about it. It will cost a lot of money to have children in the future." Mei Gan had already made Audrey yearn for it. "Child, Mei wants to have a baby with me? Is Mei proposing to me? How many children should I have? The child must not look like his father. He is too unremarkable. He must look like me." Audrey was already fantasizing. Facts have proved that the IQ of people who are in love for the first time will decrease regardless of gender. "Audrey, what are you thinking about? I'm angry. Can you be serious? At least don't be distracted. You have to give me the least respect." Mei Gan sighed slightly as he looked at Audrey, whose mind flew away. He pressed his hand down. There's no hope. Even distraction can seduce me. Never mind. Let's destroy it. Mei, it's late at night. Are you sure you don't want to sleep? Do you need my help? Audrey looked at Mei Gan's movements, licked her lips, and said with seductive eyes, it's dark. Let's go to bed. Mei Gan swallowed again, hurriedly picked up Audrey, and ran to the room. An hour later. Mei, I just don't want to receive any more tasks related to you. Besides, I'm afraid you don't like girls who like fighting and killing. I don't want to hurt you. I'm afraid you will resent me in the future. Audrey lay on Mei Gan's chest and said faintly, as if responding to the previous topic. Don't worry, dear, I'm not that petty. Besides, you were very brave to protect me under a Badia, and I loved you. And you are such a strong man. Who can hurt me? Mei Gan patted his chest to prove his strength. Mei, are you really going to marry me? Of course, any love that is not for marriage is hooliganism. I'm very serious. Chapter 14. That girl has no martial ethics. The next day, Mei Gan woke up refreshed. The physical therapy center had changed again. It turned out that Stark's construction team was still very strong. Jarvis' design was also great. Mei Gan was very satisfied. Tony said that the walls were specially reinforced to defend against rocket launcher bombings, and even the glass was bulletproof. This time, there was no need to worry about being shot and riddled with holes. Mei Gan was in a good mood because he didn't have to worry about someone destroying his house. Otherwise, he had to rebuild it every few days. Who could bear it? Now he was not afraid of gunfights every day. Tony was generous, unlike that egghead who refused to use bulletproof glass and used so much money to build a safe house for himself. He was like a rabbit with 3 burrows. Mei Gan was clearly jealous. Mei Gan walked into his own store, excited like a child weighing more than 100 pounds. He touched it left and right and was quite satisfied with the new house. Wow. There's even a coffee machine. Although Uncle Kyan and I don't like coffee, we can serve it to customers. Kato is good at making coffee. Let's make him the coffee captain. Mei Gan said happily to himself as he looked at the extra equipment. At this time, Uncle Kyan walked in from the gate tremblingly, his face pale, as if he had a serious illness. Uncle Kyan, you were squeezed dry several times yesterday, and even your body can't stand it. Mei Gan saw it, and hurried over to support Uncle Kyan. Oh, don't mention it. Uncle Kyan waved his hand and sighed. That girl Sophie has no moral principles. I tell you, last time I subdued her completely, but last night she actually called 3 girls to come and besiege me and actually bullied me because I was old, because I was outnumbered. Fortunately, I pay attention to my health and my body can still withstand it. Even so, I still fought with them all night before taming the 4 of them. After all, I didn't lose my reputation. Uncle Kyan was helped by Mei Gan to sit on the sofa, and a bit of complacency appeared on his pale face. You actually played so wildly, and you even beat 4 people alone. Mei Gan heard the words, and looked at Uncle Kyan in disbelief. Uncle Kyan is still good at playing, worthy of being a gangster. If I wasn't old now, when I was young, 10 more people wouldn't be enough for me to play with, Uncle Kyan said proudly. Why do you have to play? You can still play with this thing. I'll earn it. Mei Gan asked with a naive look, and suddenly thought of the whip, and changed his expression again. Aren't you talking nonsense? If you don't play games, what can you do? Let me tell you, when I was a kid, I was the little prince of king of fighters on our street. Alas, the past cannot be retrieved. You actually played king of fighters with 4 girls all night, and then you became like this, like you were drained. Mei Gan was stunned again. Is there a problem? You were drained by the game. You played games all night long, and you were tired. What's more, you played king of fighters. You were tense all night, and you would lose if you relaxed a little. Uncle Kyan looked like you were ignorant. No problem. I just didn't expect that, Uncle Kyan. You actually had such an innocent side. Mei Gan gave Uncle Kyan a thumbs up. Childish bullshit. Last night I wanted to go to Sophie's place to rest. She has many rooms over there. Who knew that girl was actually a game geek? She wouldn't let me go to bed if I didn't play games with her. You said she is in her 40s. Next time the house is destroyed, I will never go to Sophie's place. I would rather go to Oyufina's place. Uncle Kyan said with disgust. Uncle Kyan, if you had gone to Oyufina's place, you would have been really squeezed dry. Oh. No, why are you cursing the house to be destroyed again? I tell you, Uncle Kyan, this time Tony generously helped us reinforce the house. It will definitely not be destroyed. Absolutely, Mei Gan vowed. That's good, then I can sleep well with peace of mind. By the way, where is the little chicken? Uncle Kyan seemed to have thought of something. Still at the flower shop with Audrey, Uncle Kyan seemed to be gloating a little. Yes, Audrey likes the little chicken very much. Is there a problem? Mei Gan asked doubtfully. No problem. I wish you good luck, Uncle Kyan said, and then went back to the second floor to catch up on sleep. Thank you. Uncle Kyan played too much last night and there was something wrong with his brain. What did he say to wish me good luck? Mei Gan scratched his head in confusion. Oh no, I came out to buy breakfast thinking of this. Mei Gan rushed out of the store. Bang, ouch. Maybe he ran too fast and he knocked down a passerby just after running out of the door. Fortunately, Mei Gan finally braked suddenly, otherwise with his physical body, he would have killed the man directly. Fortunately, he just fell to the ground now. I hope he is not injured. Mei Gan hurriedly stepped forward to help the passerby up. On the ground, a middle-aged man in tattered clothes was covering his chest with his hands, with a painful expression, as if he was suppressing his anger. The man didn't care about the pain in his chest, but hurriedly looked at the watch on his wrist that was ticking. Then he took a quick breath to calm himself down. Oh no, I'm not going to be blackmailed. Seeing the guy pretending to breathe heavily, Mei Gan's heart skipped a beat. I guess my little money will be less today. What bad luck. Uncle Kyan was just saying bad things to me. Sir, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's my fault that I ran too fast. Are you hurt? Do you want to go to the hospital? Mei Gan helped the man up and asked worriedly. Although he felt sorry for his little money, he had to admit that he was in the wrong. As a traditional virtue of the Chinese people, he could not lose it. The middle-aged man had an ordinary appearance and a haggard face. He wore a pair of glasses. It can be seen that the glasses have been used for a long time and are covered with scratches. His eyes were dodging something, and he refused to look Mei Gan in the eye, as if he had done something wrong. It's okay, sir. I accept your apology. I have something else to do, so I'll leave first. The middle-aged man broke free from Mei Gan's arm and left in a hurry. Alas, it can be seen that he is not very rich. Maybe he is afraid of being cheated in the hospital. Yes, if he goes to the hospital in this free country, he may end up on the street. Fortunately, there are a lot of life potions in my system backpack. I can't finish them, even if I drink them like Coke. Otherwise, if I get sick, I will go to the hospital. It seems that my current physique is not easy to get sick. Mei Gan sighed naggingly. Bruce Banner shuttled through the alleys, avoiding the crowd. If Ross hadn't chased me more urgently, I, a world-famous physicist, would have fallen to this point. By the way, I don't like you. I only like your daughter. Why are you chasing me so hard? I can only take the risk to come to New York to find Mr. Lan, hoping to drive the guy in my body away this time. Although the chance is slim, it is a chance after all. Banner covered his chest and still felt the pain in his chest. The power of the Chinese man just now was really great, just like the guy in his body, and the guy's power should be stronger. If I hadn't had any health problems, I would have given that Chinese a good lecture and let him see the anger of a physicist. I have been hiding in the slums of Brazil for so long, and I don't know how Elizabeth is doing. She should still be thinking about me. After all, I'm so outstanding. How come a green towel fell on my head? This should be a sign of good luck. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 15. This is skydiving. Forget to open the parachute. At the entrance of the flower shop, Mei Gan was carrying a bag of breakfast and hurried to the second floor. When he got to the second floor, Mei Gan saw Audrey talking to the chick. Perhaps because they were talking about something exciting, the chick was waving its wings. "Hey, honey, what are you talking about with a little guy?" Mei Gan smiled and walked forward. "It's so cute, Mei." Audrey looked at Mei Gan with a meaningful look. Mei Gan felt a little flustered when he saw this look. "I just went to buy breakfast, and I shouldn't have done anything to let her down. Of course, it's my summon after all." Mei Gan, who was upright and had nothing to fear, ignored it when he didn't expect the result. He just thought it was a sign that Audrey loved him very much. "The chick told me a lot about you." Audrey walked to Mei Gan's side, took the breakfast, and said with a smile, "Did it tell you about my glorious past?" "Alas, there is no way. Excellent people are like me, always admired by others, and I have an annoying appearance." Mei Gan touched his hair proudly and posed in a perth that he thought was very handsome. However, Mei Gan's appearance is very ordinary, so he has been hypnotizing himself, always thinking that he is very handsome, but he doesn't know that this posture makes it difficult for people to eat. "Ah, Mei, I think you are much cuter than the little chicken," Audrey teased with a smile. "Look, you have discovered another advantage of mine. Come on, tell your eldest brother, what glorious things did you tell me about me?" Mei Gan bent down and wanted to pick up the little chicken, but the little chicken dodged him. The little chicken slid its 2 claws and ran to Audrey's side with a whoosh. "Little chicken told me that the woman named Leah has always been thinking about you, and there is also Suosia from the next street, and the bar owner named Nina, who is said to have been very ambiguous with you." Audrey stroked the feathers of the little chicken and said with a half smile. Mei Gan felt a drop of sweat on his forehead every time Audrey said a name. Although there was no close communication with these customers, they were customers after all, and they would occasionally be teased by these people and were forced to play with ambiguity. Now it was exposed by this traitor. "There is nothing between me and them, Audrey, you have to believe me," Mei Gan quickly argued for himself. "Really?" Audrey looked doubtful. "Yes, you see, you have been observing me here for so long. You should not have seen me go out with that woman. It seems so, Mei, you have always been very serious. It's just that there is something wrong with the way you look at me, and I haven't seen you look at other people." Audrey recalled the memories of this year. "Is that so? I've always been so serious." Mei Gan secretly breathed a sigh of relief. This crisis should be over, and there is no need for the little chicken to exist. Mei Gan glanced at the little chicken, but who knew that this guy suddenly spoke up. "Big sister, don't listen to my boss's excuses. He didn't do anything to other girls outside, but inside he touched Nina's thighs, touched Suosia's buns, and kept staring at Leah's long legs. Damn. I want to rebuild this fire phoenix. I want to eat phoenix meat." Mei Gan looked at the little chicken with hatred in his heart. This damn traitor. The little chicken thought he was a first-class smart chicken. Ah. No, it was a smart phoenix. It was a good idea to think of such a plan to make this woman leave. Now, as long as I, the little chicken, describe the boss as a lecherous, vulgar, and lecherous man who can't find a woman, this vicious woman will hate the boss, leave the boss, and be disgusted with the boss. At that time, even if we don't fight, we will never have any contact with each other until we die. My body will be saved. Only the crouching dragon and the phoenix in the romance of the 3 kingdoms mentioned by Uncle Kyan can be compared with me. I didn't. I was forced to do so. They are not as beautiful as you, Audrey, and not as gentle as you. How could I go to see them? I might as well go to the 2nd floor and stare at you. Mei, I believe you. It's not the helplessness you said, but they really can't compare to me. Since they can all look at me, how can they look at others? Audrey looked confident. Right. I think so too. Mei Gan touched the non-existent sweat beads and breathed a sigh of relief. He finally got through the difficulties. What? This works. The little chicken stared at the two with cross-eyed eyes, full of confusion. Damn it, I sacrificed so much, but failed to drive this vicious woman away. What will that boss do to me? I secretly glanced at Mei Gan, only to see Mei Gan staring at me with murderous eyes. Damn it, my meat can't be saved. This time I must run away from home. Boom. There's no thunder. Why is it so loud? Mei Gan, who was thinking about how to torture the little chicken, was interrupted by a loud noise. It's the sound of a bomb. Audrey frowned and looked out the window. She didn't know where the accident happened. Anyway, it didn't affect us, so we don't need to worry about it. Audrey, it's really not easy for people in your country to survive. Mei Gan only knew that there were gun battles every day in the free country, but he didn't know that there were bombs every day. It's probably some guy robbing the bank again. Don't worry about them, Mei. Okay, let's have breakfast first. It's almost cold, Mei Gan said to Audrey. After breakfast, it shouldn't be considered early. After all, it took a lot of time, and it's almost noon now. Mei Gan accompanied Audrey for a while. The two were flirting in the flower shop, while the chick was locked in a birdcage and trembling, just like a bird just pulled out of the water. In the evening, chirp, 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 cluck, 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 the chick's terrified screams came from the flower shop. Mei Gan held a butcher knife in his hand, chasing from the physiotherapy center to the flower shop, and then from the flower shop back to the physiotherapy center. From time to time, he caught the chick and tossed it around, making the two shops a mess. Uncle Gan and Audrey were sitting in front of the flower shop, cracking melon seeds brought from Chinatown, watching the man and the bird making a fuss. Mei is so cute, he is relaxing himself. It's good like this. He is like a real brat. I like this kind of day very much. I don't have to go around the world to do tasks, and I'm happy to be with the person I love in this plain and simple way. Audrey sighed sincerely. You and him are a good match, thank you. Gan, you're welcome. A moment later, Mei Gan came down from the second floor of the flower shop holding the chick upside down in one hand and walked towards Audrey. Where's Uncle Gan? Mei Gan asked when he saw that only Audrey was sitting there. He went to the bathroom. He said he had an upset stomach and couldn't get used to salad. Audrey pointed inside the flower shop. Uncle Gan has a bad stomach, so he probably has to eat soft rice. Porridge? Audrey asked in confusion. That's about right. Honey, can you go over there and get the birdcage for me? I want to lock up this little bird, and I need to drink some water first, of course. But Mei, don't hurt the chick. No, that's good. Sitting at the door of the flower shop, Mei Gan drank water leisurely, poking the chick's head with his fingers from time to time. Is firecrackers popular in this free country, or is it gunshots again? Listening to the sound similar to firecrackers in the distance, Mei Gan muttered to himself in confusion. Why are there more screams coming? Mei Gan realized that something might have happened again and stood up to find Audrey. Boom. A human-shaped pothole appeared in the middle of the road. Mei Gan stared at the big hole in amazement, muttering, is this the fearless skydiver who forgot to open his parachute? Chapter 16 Angry Plums. Night. The streets were crowded with people, fleeing in all directions. Shrill screams were heard from time to time. A huge grey-green figure was wreaking havoc on the streets, with countless flames rising into the sky. Screams, cannon fire, and gunshots composed a mournful melody in New York at night. Mei Gan looked at the big pit in front of him and was scared. Fortunately, it didn't hit my house, otherwise I don't know who to find to repair it this time. By the way, why is this scene so familiar? Bah, what are you talking about? Audrey is still there, don't think too much. But at this time, a giant green hand stretched out from the pit, and then a tall figure covered in green crawled out of the pit. His green fat man. This is the green fat man fighting the Abomination. No. Honey, you should go fight somewhere else. Don't rub against my house. Mei Gan suddenly wanted to cry without tears. Why was he so unlucky? Why did the green fat man fight and run to this street? Audrey, hide quickly and leave the house. Mei Gan saw this and shouted to Audrey, who was about to leave the physical therapy center. How could I forget to let Audrey wear a few rings? Audrey seemed to have heard Mei Gan's shouting and hurriedly ran back into the physical therapy center and fled to the back door. Mei Gan secretly breathed a sigh of relief when he saw that Audrey had left. On the other side, the two big guys had already fought. With the two of them, countless houses and cars turned into ruins and rotten iron. Tomorrow, the insurance company should pay a lot of money. The road was full of potholes smashed by the two people's fists. At this time, Abomination flew and knocked the Hulk down, and his huge fists hit the Hulk like raindrops, making bursts of thunder-like sounds. Bruce Banner was temporarily suppressed because of Mr. Blue's injection of the drug. Mei Gan was very satisfied watching from the side. This is not better than watching it in the cinema. There is no rules in the fight between Hulk and Abomination. You hit me. I hit you. It all depends on who has the thickest skin. The houses around here are in trouble. Audrey had come back from the other side without knowing when, still holding the birdcage in her hand. Mei, are you okay? Audrey ran over and checked Mei Gan's body. What can happen to me? Don't touch me. I'll touch you enough tonight. Now watch the fight carefully, Mei Gan said while holding Audrey's hand. Bah, it's time now, and you're still talking nonsense. Let's leave here. It's not safe here. Audrey was worried. Don't be afraid. Come and let me put this on you. Mei Gan took out a ring and stretched out his hand for Audrey to put it on. Mei, are you going to propose to me? Although it's romantic to propose in this scene, it's really dangerous. Looking at the green ring that had been put on her hand, Audrey covered her mouth and was moved. What are you talking about? You have to take this with you too. Mei Gan took out 2 rings again, strung them with a red string, and put them around Audrey's neck. Beautiful, now I feel relieved. Looking at his masterpiece, Mei Gan praised. Mei, I do, but we should get out of here as soon as possible. Looking at the 3 rings on her neck and hands, Audrey's eyes were red. This was Mei proposing to me. 1 ring was not enough, and he put 3 on me, and they were exactly the same. Was Mei afraid that I would not accept it? How could it be? It was just that the scene was a little wrong, but it was really romantic, a proposal in the war. Audrey's eyes were already full of stars, her brain had short-circuited, and she forgot the danger here. Don't doubt men and women in love. I've wanted to put them on you for a long time. It's not too late now. You must wear these rings all the time, dear. Why? I will definitely wear the rings on my hands, but can I put the rings around my neck away? I'm afraid I'll lose them. They can't be lost. These 3 rings are magic items. They have magic power and can defend against any physical or energy attacks. As long as they are not attacks at the level of God, there will be no problem. They are actually magic items. Mei is really thoughtful. Audrey was moved again. Can you two watch the show properly? Don't throw dog food in front of the old man, especially in front of a blind man. Uncle Kyan appeared at the door of the flower shop at some point. Uncle Kyan, you came at the right time. Do you have any melon seeds? How can you watch a show without melon seeds? Mei Gan saw Uncle Kyan appear and hurriedly walked to Uncle Kyan, opened the pockets of his shirt, and signaled Uncle Kyan to fill them up. It's on the table. If you want to eat, take it yourself. By the way, take some for me, an old blind man. I can't see. You are not a normal blind man. Mei Gan took some melon seeds, gave some to the 2 of them, and sat on the stool at the door of the flower shop. The 3 of them were cracking melon seeds while commenting on the fight between the 2 giants. They formed a sharp contrast with the others and seemed so out of place. Good job, Hulk. Punch him in the face. Mei Gan said a few words while cracking melon seeds. Audrey leaned on Mei Gan with a smile on her face. On the other side, the 2 giants were fighting hard. Hulk, you don't deserve such power. Abomination didn't forget to say a few words while fighting. Mei Gan was fed up with it. Last time, the one like you didn't need to be cremated, but was directly taken away and buried. He was cremated here. Hulk was forced back by Abomination's punch and directly knocked down a house behind him. Abomination took advantage of the situation and rushed up to punch Hulk a few more times, directly knocking Hulk to the ground. Only I deserve this kind of power. As he said this, Abomination's hands kept moving and lifted Hulk on the ground to his head. With both hands exerting force, Hulk was smashed towards Mei Gan by Abomination. Hulk drew an arc in the air and just hit Mei Gan's new house. Mei Gan was so frightened that he almost took out his staff. The reinforced house was still strong under the impact of Hulk. It just lost a layer of skin. Mei Gan was relieved after seeing this and said, "It's a close call. Tony is reliable. This house is really strong. I'll give him a few more bottles of life potion next time." But he didn't have time to be happy for too long. Abomination took a run up and suddenly jumped into Hulk's arms. No! Mei Gan shouted loudly when he saw this. The 2 still crashed into the physical therapy center. Finally, the house could not withstand the impact of the 2 strong men. It collapsed directly under the eyes of Mei Gan and the other 2. At this moment, Mei Gan felt as if time had frozen, and his eyes were full of the scene of the house collapsing. Mei Gan felt as if his heart was being strangled, and he felt uncomfortable. Can the people of the free country ever be good? Can they ever let me be good? This is the third time. The third time. Every time they demolish my house, do they think I'm easy to bully? Thinking of this, Mei Gan was furious. This time, even if the bald wizard came, he couldn't stop the hatred. I said, fuck, I'm going to beat you to death this time. Mei Gan straightened Audrey, spread his legs, and rushed towards the hatred. Chapter 17. Accept the punishment of holy light. Bastard. In the firelight, raw Abomination stood up in the ruins, hammering his chest angrily like a gorilla, and roared to the sky. Emil Bronski felt the power of his body exploding. He swelled. Bronski looked down at Hulk, who was struggling on the ground with disdain. He was a weakling with great power, and he didn't deserve this power at all. Bronski turned around and picked up a boulder, but he saw a Chinese rushing towards him from the corner of his eye, looking like a bull in anger. Bronski looked at him with disdain. This kind of person can only help him tickle. Can he burn himself to death with his angry eyes? Now, he is the strongest existence in the world. After solving this green fat man, I will be the only strong man on earth, and money, beauty, and power are all within reach. He was thinking about it, and he knew after a moment that there were other people with special abilities in the world. As Mei Gan's figure approached, a long-handled giant hammer appeared in his hand. Unlike Thor's short one, the one in Mei Gan's hand was very long and big. The weapon of other drawn by the system. The system can draw out the weapons of heroes, and the drawn weapons also have a skill of the original owner. For example, this giant hammer has other skill Holy Light. Holy Light effect. Summons a ball of holy light from the sky, heals a unit, restores 60% of the unit's health, or causes 30% damage to the marked enemy unit. Use interval is 5 seconds. The damage to undead units in the original game has become the marked unit. As for the mark, it is very simple. As long as it is hit by the hammer, it is considered to be marked, and the mark will dissipate over time. Unlike the drawn props, the drawn weapons are very durable. Some props may be destroyed by a random attack, but these weapons will not be damaged, even if they chop against Thanos' machete for a day. Perhaps Thanos' machete can't last that long. It is really a hip hero among weapons. I can hammer for a day. The elegance and handsomeness of the wizard had been abandoned by Mei Gan. Now he just wants to hammer to death this abomination that demolished his house. Even if he thought about it later, Mei Gan probably didn't care. After all, for someone who always thought he was very handsome, the strength he used depended on how handsome he was in the end. Mei Gan was very fast. In the blink of an eye, he was already in front of the hatred. Without saying anything, he used his right hand to swing the giant hammer upward. The giant hammer drew a parabola and hit the chin of the hatred fiercely. The huge force had already twisted the entire face of the hatred. The huge figure of the hatred was directly blown away 5 meters by the hammer. In the air, the hatred only felt dizzy in the head, and the yellow teeth flew out of his open mouth. Boom. The hatred fell to the ground, and his huge body crushed another house. Get up, bastard. You dare to demolish my house? I only used 10% of my strength, and you can't do it? Mei Gan cursed, and walked in front of the hatred. He grabbed the toes of the hatred with his left hand, and threw the hatred into the sky. At the moment of the hatred falling, the giant hammer in his hand was swung again. Boom, the abomination was blown away again like a cannonball. Mei Gan continued to vent his anger. On a tall building, a beautiful woman with curly hair and a uniform was holding a telescope and staring at Mei Gan, who was venting like a monkey. Sir, did you see it? Are you sure he is not an alien? The beautiful woman swallowed her saliva and said to the headset, I don't know, but now she should be considered half earthling, and her other half is earthling. The voice of the boiled egghead came. I don't know if Audrey can withstand the impact of this power. It's great. No, it's too strong. Romanoff, do you want to betray the organization too? Nick Fury felt a headache when he heard it. This bastard's body is so attractive that even Black Widow, who is used to big scenes, wants to try it. Why doesn't anyone ask me to try it? Sir, don't worry, I never look for my friends men. Black Widow licked the corner of her mouth and added in her heart, unless he comes to me. He has such a strong physical strength and can use magic at the same time. Nick Fury held his forehead. He had a headache. He felt that eating a box of Bear biscuits was not enough. He needed to eat 2 boxes. Sir, Tony Stark is here. Natasha looked at the figure passing through the sky and the background music that resounded throughout the street. I heard it, you idiot. Tony is in your hands. You can go to work at Stark tomorrow. Got it, sir. Tony drove the armor down from the sky and landed next to Uncle Kyan and Audrey. Hey, Kyan, you are so unlucky. Your house with Mei collapsed again. He pulled up the mask, revealing the face that deserved a beating. Mr. Stark, don't let Mei hear it, otherwise you will see. Audrey looked at Tony Stark and pointed at Abomination, who was being hammered by Mei Gan without any ability to fight back, and reminded him, oh my god. This is really Mei, isn't he the kind of magician who makes fireballs? Tony looked at Mei Gan, who was beating a child, and his mouth widened. It seems that the anti-Mei armor made last time needs to be modified. Now think about whether he has offended Mei Gan before. Hulk has been standing up for a long time. He dare not move at all now. He really dare not move. Even if Hulk's IQ is not very good, he can understand this kind of beating that can be understood without IQ. He is scared. Oh my god. Banner never told me that there is such a powerful existence here. How about I start to cooperate with you now? Banner, you go and hug your thigh now. Bang. Mei Gan smashed the Abomination with a hammer again. He didn't know how many times he had swung the hammer. According to the sledgehammer rate, it should be several thousand US. Now the bones of the Abomination's hands and feet should have turned into powder. Professional hammer workers are so powerful. Give him a hammer at the end to let him go to hell. Mei Gan is tired of playing and has vented his anger. Accept the punishment of the holy light. Bastard. Mei Gan roared and swung the hammer in his hand again. At the same time, a dazzling golden light appeared on the hammer, wrapping the entire hammer, and the space around the hammer was twisting. Bang. The hammer hit the Abomination, and Mei Gan used 30% of his strength this time. When the golden light touched the Abomination, the whole body of the Abomination was quickly wrapped in the golden light, like a piece of white paper falling into the molten lava. In an instant, the whole body of the Abomination was burned. But there was no fire, only the golden light wandering on it. At this time, the huge hammer passed through the body of the Abomination, and the Abomination had already turned into ashes. Blowing away the ashes that were floating towards him, Mei Gan turned around and looked at Hulk, who was about to leave. Put the hammer on the ground. Mei Gan looked at Hulk with ill intentions and spit on the palm of his hand. Hulk, don't be afraid. Hulk clenched his fist and roared at Mei Gan. Quiet, why are you yelling? Mei Gan put the hammer on his shoulder and walked in front of Hulk. Chapter 18. Let's work. Banner. On the ruins. Mei Gan and Hulk looked at each other. After a while, Hulk's body kept shrinking and turned into Bruce Banner again. He ran away. Mei Gan stared at Banner lying on the ground. You didn't rebuild my house, and you ran away. But Hulk didn't have money to pay. This Bruce Banner is a doctor after all. He should have money. Why does this Banner look so familiar? Isn't this the person I bumped into this morning? Banner. At this time, a female voice came from a distance and threw herself into Banner's arms. This is the woman who cheated on Banner. It seems to be called Betty, Ross's daughter. Betty picked up Banner with difficulty and was about to leave. Mei Gan hurriedly stopped him. It's not that easy to leave after destroying my house. At least you have to pay the money first. Wait, you can't take him away. Pay for the money for destroying my house first. Mei Gan stopped in front of Betty and said with a sledgehammer, Sir, Banner is injured. I want to take him to the hospital. Can you wait until I come back from the hospital? Betty looked at the sledgehammer on Mei Gan's shoulder and replied timidly, he is not injured at all, but just unconscious. He will wake up soon. Look, he will wake up soon. Mei Gan pointed at Banner. As soon as Mei Gan finished speaking, Banner's fingers moved and his eyes opened. Betty put Banner down and threw herself into his arms. With red eyes, she said, thank God, you are okay. Sorry, I made you worry. It's not easy for me to get into trouble. Don't worry. Banner hugged Betty and patted her back and said, you too, although your feelings are very touching, it's better to pay for my house first, otherwise my sledgehammer will be angry. Mei Gan was next to them and stared at the two of them. Sir, I don't have money. Banner only then realized the existence of Mei Gan. The moment he saw Mei Gan, his pupils shrank slightly. The Hulk in his body brought him an emotion called fear. No money. You must have money. Look at my newly rebuilt house. I haven't lived in it for a day. Mei Gan's eyes widened when he heard this, and he held the big hammer on his shoulder tightly in front of him, staring at Banner and said, "Sir, can you give me some time? I will return all the money to you." Looking at the big hammer in Mei Gan's hand, Banner took Betty back a few steps and stood in front of her. "Give you time. Who knows where you will run to when the time comes? You haven't been hiding for this period of time. Your father-in-law can't find you, right?" Mei Gan looked like, "You don't fool me. Mei, what are you talking about?" At this time, Tony and others came closer, and Tony patted Mei Gan on the shoulder and said, "Tony, I'm asking him to compensate me for the house. He is a doctor of physics, and he doesn't have any money." Tony fiddled with the mobile phone in his hand for a while, and said to Mei Gan, "I just asked Jarvis to check Dr. Banner's account. He really has no money." Then he handed the information he found to Mei Gan. "You actually have no money?" Mei Gan looked at Banner in astonishment. "My account has been frozen since the gamma ray incident, and I didn't save any money before the gamma ray incident." Banner shrank his neck and said to Mei Gan like a little submissive, "Go work. Banner, sign a contract with me." Mei Gan thought of a way. Mei Gan must get this money. So many houses were destroyed today, and I don't know if the insurance company will compensate. If I can't get compensation from the insurance company, I will lose a lot of money, or I will ask the military for it. Mei, how about letting my people help you rebuild your house? Tony stepped on the ruins of the house and said to Mei Gan, "Tony, you are so generous. Drive Banner, I've heard of you. Come and help me in the future. I'll take care of Mei's house." Tony shook Banner's hand and said to Banner, "Mr. Stark, you shouldn't get involved in this muddy water. General Ross is trying to catch me." Banner didn't want to implicate others. "Don't worry, I'll take care of the military." Tony waved his hand and said indifferently, "Tony, you'd better step back. I must take this man away today." Ross came near the few people and said to Tony, obviously hearing their conversation, "Ross, Tony, you don't need to say anything. He has always been in our military, unless you take out your armor in exchange." Ross interrupted Tony. "Ross, you should think about how to deal with tonight's matter. If I, Stark, put pressure on you, do you think the people behind you can still protect you?" Tony did not step back, staring at General Ross, and said, "You can try. Tony, take him away." After Ross finished speaking, he waved to the people behind him. "You'd better stop. You can take the person away. I don't care, but my house must be rebuilt for me, or pay compensation." Mei Gan's warhammer has been replaced with a scepter. In team battles, the wizard is still better. Haha. Are you kidding? Sir, you should go to the insurance company to ask for compensation. I know you can fight, so do you think you can fight against my thousands of soldiers with equipment with just a fire stick? Ross seemed to be amused by Mei Gan's words. "It seems that you know nothing about power." Mei Gan's eyes gradually became cold, and he tapped the ground with his staff. Mei Gan's staff touched the ground, and it was like a breeze blowing through everyone, making everyone's face cool. At this moment, a red glow appeared above everyone's head, and the red glow was still spreading over a large area, as if it was going to cover the entire New York. At the same time, a heat wave hit the crowd on the ground. "Sir, an unknown energy appeared above the head, and the energy is still spreading." At this time, Jarvis's voice rang in Tony's ears. Tony hurriedly looked up at his head, and then hurriedly looked at Mei Gan with red eyes, stretched out his hand and said, "Mei, stop, leave this to me, okay? I will also ask someone to rebuild your house." "You stop quickly." The people present seemed to have noticed it. "Mei, we are still here. Don't be impulsive." Audrey walked to Mei Gan's side, took Mei Gan's hand and said. Mei Gan ignored the two people, his eyes just stared at Ross. On the other side, Ross seemed to realize that something was wrong at this time, and he frowned and looked at the sky. "Sir, the phone." A soldier walked up to Ross with a mobile phone, handed the phone to Ross and said, "Ross, do you want the whole of New York to be buried with you? Do you know how hot it is above our heads? Just because of a house, you must withdraw immediately." Ross just picked up the phone and heard Nick Fury's roar. "Nick, you have no right to order me." Ross's face was unhappy when he heard this. If you want the whole of New York to be buried with you, then you can continue, and you will become a sinner of the entire country. Nick Fury continued. Who is he and what ability does he have? Ross obviously had greed for Mei Gan. You'd better not have any bad thoughts about him. He is someone I pay attention to. Finally, I warn you, if you don't want to die, don't look for him. Ross didn't reply again, hung up the phone with an ugly face, waved to his subordinate and said, let's go. Chapter 19, Reign of Fire. On the ruins. Watching Ross and his troops disappear in front of everyone, Mei Gan put away the staff in his hand, and the red glow in the sky was slowly dissipating. It must be said that Mei Gan felt that he was really smart. When he traveled through time, he opened the Infinite Mana secret book. Otherwise, how could he have so much magic power to let the Abyss Demon King's first skill Fire Rain cover the entire New York? With infinite mana, as long as Mei Gan wanted, he could rain fire all over the galaxy. Not to mention the first skill of Fire Rain, as long as the skills extracted by the system. As long as Mei Gan wanted, he could expand the range, or increase the damage again on the basis of the skills. As the first skill of the neutral hero Abyss Demon King, Fire Rain is still effective. Destroying a city is just a drop in the bucket. In fact, Mei Gan had no intention of letting the Fire Rain fall. After all, Mei Gan is not a psychopath. He was just warning some people that, if they wanted to attack him, they would have to prepare to bury a city with them. Let's see if they can afford this price. After all, Mei Gan exposed a lot tonight. Mei, you scared me to death. Audrey suddenly hugged Mei Gan and said, don't worry, dear, I'm not that murderous. It's impossible for the whole of New York to be buried with me. You have to believe in your man. I just want to show my missiles. Otherwise, some cats and dogs will come to trouble me, and I will be annoyed to death. Mei Gan patted Audrey's hips and said, Mei, brother, can you tell me what else you are capable of? I'm afraid it will happen again next time. I have to modify my armor. Tony patted the mark armor beside him. Mei Gan rolled his eyes at Tony and ignored him. Beside, Uncle Gan looked at the ruins of the house with a sad look, thinking about whether to go to Sophie or Oufina. This is a very serious problem. Losing your virginity and sleeping, which one to choose? Or go to a hotel? But it seems that Isabia is also eyeing me. Going to a hotel is like a sheep walking into a tiger's mouth. It's not right. Oh, this person is too good looking, which is also a trouble. I wish my appearance was the same as Zio Khan's. Uncle Gan, what are you daydreaming about? Let's go. Mei Gan shook Uncle Gan's arm and said, Zio Khan, do you think you can clean up the small study room in Audrey's flower shop? You see, our house is always being demolished. It's not good for me to always spend the night at those girls' houses. Uncle Gan asked Mei Gan with a slightly red face. Hey, Uncle Gan, didn't you say you were going to Oufina's place this time? Why go to her place? I almost couldn't come back last time I went to her house to give her a massage. The girls there were too enthusiastic. Uncle Gan now has a psychological shadow when he thinks about it. Then how about Uncle going to Sophie's place again? Mei Gan tried to ask. Do you dislike Uncle for being blind and want to push your uncle out so that you don't have to take care of him in old age? What are you talking about? Uncle, don't you see that you are very happy to go to Sophie's place? Go over and play games with a few girls for a night. These girls are too homely and boring. TSK, you still want something energetic. Uncle is still strong and healthy. Okay, I won't tease you anymore. I've asked Audrey to clean up. At least you have a conscience. Uncle Gan nodded with satisfaction. The battle tonight finally came to an end. Betty and Banner were taken away by Tony. Before leaving, Tony said that he would have a party in a while and asked Mei Gan and Uncle Gan to go. Mei Gan was looking forward to it. He always heard that these foreign rich people had parties with models and swimming pool bikinis. Mei Gan was not interested in models and bikinis. He just wanted to see the world. After all, he had never seen them in his life. 005 days had passed in the blink of an eye. The physiotherapy center had been rebuilt and finally survived the 5th day. Mei Gan and his friends finally had a few days of leisure. Mei Gan was still worried in the first few days. He kept thinking that there would be some aliens or mutants there. If his house was demolished again, Mei Gan felt that he would be angry to death. Fortunately, Mei Gan had already investigated and found that this was a Marvel universe without mutants. But the aliens had not arrived yet. After all, Hammer Brother had not come to Earth yet. It seems that I also use a hammer, so I should be called Short Hammer Brother. Only 2 giants were exposed about what happened that night, but Mei Gan didn't leak any information. Mei Gan knew that it must be the work of the egghead. Finally, Mei Gan found out that Tony also did it. I'm very grateful to these two. Early in the morning, Mei Gan woke up from Audrey's bed. Audrey had already gotten up and was making breakfast. After the physiotherapy center was built, Mei Gan still didn't go back to sleep for a night. Since that night with Audrey, Mei Gan spent the night on the second floor of the flower shop every night. After all, they were young and energetic. The two of them tasted the forbidden fruit for the first time, and they were addicted to each other every day, like conjoined twins. Mei Gan is not even interested in making money now. Uncle Khan is thinking about how to pull this misguided boy back. If this continues, his kidney will probably be comparable to Tony's. The weather is gloomy today, and it is drizzling in Apple City. Mei Gan looked at the weather outside the window and felt that it would be more comfortable to go back to bed. Rainy days are more suitable for sleeping. Mei, get up and have breakfast. Audrey walked to the bed in a light white gauze dress and called out. Her fair skin was faintly visible under the white gauze dress, which was extremely tempting. Mei Gan pulled Audrey down and gave her a wet kiss before saying, "Why did you get up so early to make breakfast today? I can't always let you do these things. I have to learn all kinds of housework. I heard that you Chinese people like girls who can do housework." Audrey laughed softly. "As long as it's you, I like it." Audrey was happy to hear that. She kissed Mei Gan's cheek and said, "Hurry up and have breakfast. I see Peter is here today." "Oh, he is here. Today is another day off. Little Spider is here to learn massage." "Little Spider? Why is Peter called Little Spider?" Audrey asked Mei Gan in confusion as she pulled him up. "You will know later," Mei Gan said as she put on her clothes. "Okay, you are really mysterious. I will give you money to send breakfast over later. You can eat first." Audrey shrugged and started to change her clothes. Okay, after washing up and having breakfast, Mei Gan walked to her own physiotherapy center alone, while Audrey also had to run her flower shop. "Good morning." Mei Gan heard Peter's voice just after entering the store. "Good morning, Peter," Mei Gan responded. "You may not know, Mei, I went to the Osborn building the day before yesterday. It's really big. Also, Dr. Carnes of Osborn wants me to be his assistant, but I want to learn the master skills now, and then go to him after I learn it." Peter attacked Mei Gan with a string of words. "You went to Osborn?" Mei Gan looked up and down at Peter. "Yes, I went the day before yesterday. Is there a problem?" Peter felt uncomfortable when Mei Gan looked at him, as if he was looking through him. "Can Mei see my ability?" "Impossible. Mei is just an ordinary shop owner." "Peter, your friendly neighbor in New York is going online." Mei Gan's inexplicable words made Peter confused and stunned. Chapter 20 Party. Here I come. In the physiotherapy center, Mei Gan sat on the sofa and watched Uncle Khan teaching Peter seriously. He fell into deep thought. Now that Spider-Man has returned to his position, he is just waiting for the old popsicle and the short hammer to return to their positions. It is about time. He has also been exposed to the sight of S.H.I.E.L.D. It is estimated that the Hydra in S.H.I.E.L.D. is trying to approach or deal with him. Mei Gan himself does not care. They can't beat Mei Gan. As for Audrey, she is not afraid with the 3 rings. Uncle Khan's skills can also protect herself. Now there is only Kato. "Uncle Khan, how is Kato learning?" Mei Gan asked Uncle Khan, who was watching Peter trying his hand. "It's only been a short time. How can he learn? He doesn't even have a bit of my strength. Is he still so useless?" Mei Gan looked at Uncle Khan. "It's already calculated. At least there is progress. Then ask him to come over this afternoon. I have something for him," Mei Gan said, after thinking for a moment. "Is something going to happen?" Uncle Khan walked to Mei Gan and sat down, asking softly, "I think an organization is targeting me. Uncle Kyan, you can protect yourself, and the little chicken has been following you, so I'm relieved. Audrey has the amulet I gave her, but Kato is the only one. I'm a little worried. Mei Gan frowned and replied. Is it tricky? Should I take action? Uncle Kyan tapped the guide stick in his hand with his fingers. Fortunately, they are all weak chickens. I just don't know where to hide. Uncle Kyan doesn't have to worry. When I see the boiled egghead, I will cause some trouble for them first. Mei Gan smiled and patted Uncle Kyan's arm. That's good. By the way, I always hear you call him boiled egghead. I'm curious, who is this weird looking guy? Hearing Mei Gan's words, Uncle Kyan was relieved and asked with a smile. A corrupt official. I'll know when I see you. Uncle Kyan nodded and put away his curiosity. Little Peter seems a little different today. I feel that there is a power in his body. He didn't have it last time. Uncle Kyan looked at Peter, who was concentrating on studying, and said softly to Mei Gan. Uncle Kyan can even sense this. Amazing. He must have been bitten by a spider. You should know that my strongest ability is induction. No one with special abilities can hide in front of me. And, are you kidding me? Being bitten by a spider will make you stronger. Uncle Kyan showed a look that said you are joking. I'm not kidding. He must have been bitten by a mutated spider. Uncle Kyan can teach him some fighting skills. After all, he also called you master. Let's go. Let's go on a date. Mei Gan stood up and patted Uncle Kyan on the shoulder and said. Uncle Kyan didn't reply. He was still confused. This foreigner is really weird. Being bitten by a spider can mutate. This is not a zombie. I have lived for decades and have never heard of it. In the afternoon, Kato drove the Black Beauty. He and Britt drove and rushed over. Looking at Kato's car, Mei Gan remembered that he said he was going to buy a car last time, but that day, Mrs. Gao just demolished his house, so he forgot. No matter what, I must go buy a car tomorrow. Brother Kyan, Uncle Kyan said you were looking for me. What's the matter? Did you buy your car? Do you want me to help you modify it? Kato ran into the store and said to Mei Gan. I haven't bought it yet. This time I'm giving you something. Take it. Mei Gan looked at Kato and took out a pair of orange and white boots and put them in his hand. Why are you giving me such ugly boots? I have shoes to wear. Kato looked at the boots of Quel'Thalas and said with disgust. The boots of Quel'Thalas, after wearing them, can increase the agility and attack power of the wearer. You try it first. If you don't like the color, you can change it yourself. Just don't touch the other things. Mei Gan rolled his eyes at Kato and introduced. Is it so magical? Let me try. Kato changed on the spot after he finished speaking. Try running as fast as you can. Looking at Kato, who had already changed into boots, Mei Gan said to him. Hearing this, Kato quickly turned around to face the door. As he took a step, Kato felt that the surrounding scene was instantly blurred. Bang! Kato felt a pain on his face, as if he had hit the ground. His nose felt hot, and 2 streams of red blood flowed out of his nostrils. Kato stood up shakily, wiped the blood from his nose with his sleeve, and felt dizzy. Kato, are you okay? At this time, Audrey's voice came, and she handed Kato a tissue. Sister-in-law, where am I? Why are you here? This is the entrance of my flower shop. You just hit the wall of the flower shop. Kato raised his hand and looked at his watch. Only a dozen seconds had passed, minus the time of speaking, which means that I ran from the physical therapy center to here in less than 3 seconds, more than 100 meters. Are you awake? If you are awake, I have something for you. At this time, Mei Gan came over and said to Kato, are you awake? Brother Kyan, how can you have such a powerful treasure? Kato looked at the boots under his feet with shining eyes. Come into the flower shop when you are awake, and I will give you something else, okay? Brother Kyan. Kato followed Mei Gan happily. Here, take this acceleration glove. This glove can speed up your attack, and also wear this +2 ring. It can help you defend against some gunshots. Mei Gan took out a pair of gloves and a ring, and gave them to Kato. Thank you, Brother Kyan. Don't lose it. If you lose it, it's gone. I tell you, with these boots and your own abilities, you can escape without any problems. These things are only for you. Others can't use them, remember. Mei Gan instructed Kato. Understood. Thank you, Brother Kyan. You can go back. Don't disturb my date. After giving the things, Mei Gan sent Kato away. Kato was delighted with the treasures in his hand. It's good to have a backer. Mei Gan's cell phone rang. Hello, hey. Mei, how are you doing recently? Tony's voice came from the other side. Tony, what's the matter with you? I'm on a date and don't have time to care about you. Mei Gan just walked down the street with Audrey and said to Tony across the street with dissatisfaction. Hey, Mei, don't be angry. Come to my place tonight. The party is about to start. Do you want to come and play? Give me some money and I'll ask Happy to pick you up. Mei Gan's eyes lit up when she heard Tony say that he was going to have a party. Models, bikinis, and carnival party. Here I come. Oh no, I want to see the so-called party. Okay, I will definitely be there. Okay, hang up. It's Tony's party, Audrey asked. Yes. Tony said he's going to have a party tonight and asked us to go over there. Honey, are you going? Hearing Audrey's question, Mei Gan remembered that Audrey was beside him. It's over. Audrey heard everything. Tonight's models and bikinis are going to be far away from me. Okay, I'll go see Playboy's party too, honey. You must have wanted to go for a long time. Audrey smiled slyly and looked at Mei Gan. No, how could it be possible? It's just that Tony invited us to his house for the first time and I thought it wouldn't be good not to go. Mei Gan quickly argued. Well, dear, don't stay too far away from me tonight. Audrey hugged Mei Gan gently. Chapter 21. Do you think you are the strongest in the world? In the evening, the drizzle had stopped long ago. Tony's beachfront villa was brightly lit. An extended luxury car drove into the gate of the villa. Mei Gan and others got out of the luxury car and heard a burst of laughter. Hi. Gan, Mei, you are finally here. Tony came up with a glass of red wine and hugged a long-legged girl. Tony, you should have informed me in advance so that I could prepare. Uncle Gan touched his hair that had just been moused and said to Tony, Gan, you don't need to prepare anything and you can come here. You can take away anything you like tonight. Tony put a glass of red wine in Uncle Gan's hand and said while hugging Uncle Gan's shoulders. Oh, and you, Mei, you don't need to, you have Audrey. Looking at Mei Gan, Tony said, then noticed Audrey's presence and quickly changed his words. Mei Gan and Audrey sat in a corner by the outdoor swimming pool. Mei Gan was turning his grief and anger into food and concentrating on the food on the table. Audrey beside him was looking at Mei Gan with a smile on her face. Honey, do you want to go swimming? Audrey suddenly said. I do want to go swimming. After all, I haven't swam for several years. But there are so many girls over there now. It would be bad if I accidentally bump into them. Mei Gan's eyes lit up when he heard Audrey's words. He felt that there was something going on, so he quickly tried to answer. If you want to go, I'll go with you. I heard from Potts that there is a swimsuit that fits me there. It's very sexy. Audrey smiled and winked at Mei Gan. Mei Gan was immediately unhappy when she heard that there were so many men here. It would be a loss for her to be seen by others. No, absolutely not. Ahem. Honey, actually I don't really want to swim. I'd rather eat here. You try it. This lobster is okay. Audrey's smile became even brighter when she heard that. She took Mei Gan's food and took a bite. Audrey, Mei, you are here. Why don't you go and play? Look how happy Tony and the other guy are having. Potts walked up to the two of them and pointed at Tony and Uncle Gan in the swimming pool and asked. No, Potts, we are fine here, Audrey replied. Oh. The next time Tony has a party, he must keep it a secret and don't let Audrey know. While Audrey wasn't paying attention, Mei Gan secretly glanced at the long-legged model playing in the swimming pool not far away. Mei Gan's face was full of reluctance. There were so many beauties waiting for me to criticize, but I couldn't do it. It was uncomfortable. Looking at Uncle Gan and Tony again, I felt even more uncomfortable. Fortunately, Banner was sitting in the corner with Betty, so I felt a little more psychologically balanced. Two beasts, hugging one is not enough, but they hugged one in each hand. Ugh. Scum. Does it look good? Audrey's voice sounded in my ears. It looks good, Mei Gan answered without thinking much. Then why don't I go change clothes? No, dear, I just take a look at Uncle Gan. After all, he can't see. I have to pay attention to him. Mei Gan waved his hand to refuse and didn't forget to argue for himself. I don't think you dare to go. I'll wear the clothes you saw last time to make it up to you tonight, Audrey said close to Mei Gan's ear with a slightly red cheek. Mei Gan's eyes lit up when he heard that. It was as if there was a fire in his dinshin. He immediately sat up straight and concentrated on the food before he got up. In his mind, he was already imagining the war in the evening. Audrey saw it and covered her mouth with her hands and laughed secretly, but the blush on her cheeks became more and more intense. Mei Gan took a look and immediately felt that he could not hold it back any longer. He quickly got up to wash his face. Honey, I'm going to the bathroom. Mei Gan bent down and ran to the bathroom like a little thief. Damn. Is the bathroom so busy? Hearing the sound coming from the bathroom, Mei Gan cursed inwardly and turned to run to the second floor. After a while, comfortable. After washing his hands, he walked out of the bathroom. Do you think you are the most powerful person in the world? Or are you the only strong person in the universe who dares to drag a city to be buried with you and regard us as ants? A voice came from the dark of the living room. Listening to the words, a mouthful of white teeth could be vaguely seen swinging up and down. Fuck, Ludan, do you have any bad taste? You have to hide in the dark and speak suddenly. Do you think I'm Tony? Even without using magic to perceive, Mei Gan knew who it was. Who else could it be, except the bad taste king of agents? My name is Nick Fury, please don't call me that. The atmosphere that Nick Fury had just prepared was destroyed by a name. I know who you are, and what your name is, King of Agents. Can't you come to my store to find me directly? You have to meet me in this way. Jarvis, is the wine here drinkable? Mei Gan answered Nick Fury's words, and walked to the cabinet beside him, poured himself a glass of wine, and asked at the ceiling. Of course, Mr. Mei, please feel free to drink it, Jarvis replied. Thank you. Mei Gan raised the glass, and gestured upwards, and took a sip. You haven't answered my question yet, Mr. Mei. Nick Fury walked out of the shadows, and sat on the sofa beside him, and the remaining eyes stared at Mei Gan. What do you want me to say? Do you want to say that you know the Space Police Carol Danvers, or the so-called Skrulls or Kree? Mei Gan took a glass of wine and sat opposite Nick. How do you know their existence? You are not from Earth. Where are you from? Nick Fury listened to Mei Gan's words. His right pupil shrank slightly, and his body leaning on the sofa slowly sat up, his right hand intentionally or unintentionally approaching his waist. A genuine earthling. Don't think about it, Nick. Your gun can't deal with me. You are not the only one who knows these things in this world. There are many things hidden in the dark that you don't know. You S.H.I.E.L.D are like a frog sitting in a well, and you can only see the world as big as the well mouth. After taking a sip of the red wine in his hand, Mei Gan glanced at Nick Fury and said mercilessly, so, are you giving me scientific knowledge now, or are you mocking us? I don't have time for that. I know you want to form the Avengers, but your current enemy is not aliens. Do you want to know who it is? Mei Gan stood up, walked behind Nick Fury, patted him on the shoulder and said, you know something, maybe I don't mind listening to it. Nick Fury took the red wine on the table and poured himself a glass. I can tell you, but what can you give me? 5 million. Nick Fury drank the red wine in his hand and spoke slowly. I knew you wanted US dollars, you bastard. It's not easy for me to be greedy for a little money. Not enough 10 million, Nick. You can find more than this amount with any excuse. Don't treat it like a beggar. My information is very valuable. Mei Gan resisted the urge to agree. It's time to pay. It's time to pay. Hold it back. 50 million. I can only give that much. Otherwise, it's hard for me to do the accounting. Nick Fury said with gritted teeth. Deal. Mei Gan raised his glass and clinked it with Nick Fury's glass and said, it's paid. It's paid. I didn't expect to make so much money by attending a party. S.H.I.E.L.D is really rich. Calm down. Don't lose your dignity. Now, you can talk, Nick Fury urged, after drinking the red wine in his hand. In fact, your S.H.I.E.L.D is very pitiful. It is about to become Hydra. There is no telling how many S.H.I.E.L.D agents are members of Hydra. Even your former director, the guy who promoted you, is a member of Hydra. Impossible. Hydra has been eliminated by the captain a long time ago, said Nick Fury in disbelief. I've given you the information. You can go back and check it out. Find a few people to shout long live Hydra and you will know. Remember to transfer the money when the time comes. Oh, by the way, Crossbones is also a member of Hydra. After Mei Gan finished speaking, he was about to go outside, but suddenly stopped and said to Nick Fury, I'll give you another piece of news. There is a veteran who has been frozen for 70 years under the glacier of the Arctic continent and is still waiting to go home. You can find someone to check him out and bring him back. After speaking, Mei Gan walked downstairs without looking back. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 22. He said I wasn't as pretty as his cock. Night. In Tony's villa, Nick Fury stood in front of the French window, looking at Mei Gan who was walking towards Audrey below, wondering what he was thinking. After a moment, Nick Fury picked up his phone and dialed a number. Coulson, it's me, Sir. Long live Hydra, sir. What did you say? Coulson was stunned when he heard this. Is the director stupid? It's okay, I'm just trying you. Coulson, you take people to the Arctic now. Search the glacier where the captain fell. I got the news that the captain is not dead yet on the other side of the phone. Coulson replied without thinking. What you said is true, so you go and look for it. I hope it's true. Okay, I'll leave now. After hanging up the phone, Nick Fury secretly breathed a sigh of relief. At least Coulson should be trustworthy. After looking at Mei Gan and Bruce Banner again, Nick Fury turned and left. Honey, what are you doing up there? Why are you taking so long? Audrey looked at Mei Gan in confusion. I just negotiated a deal up there, and we have the money for our child's milk powder. Mei Gan said proudly, holding Audrey's waist. Business? Audrey was even more confused. Your former superior, the black salted egg, came to talk to me up there, and I negotiated a deal with him by the way, Mei Gan said with a grin. Did he come to you? Did he do anything to you? Audrey asked nervously. Why don't you trust your man? How could he hurt me? I used 2 pieces of information to exchange 50 million with him. How about it? Your man is awesome. Mei Gan was as pleased as a child who got 100 points in the exam, showing an expression that was about to praise me. Mei, you're awesome. Audrey did not disappoint Mei Gan's performance and happily stamped a mark on his face. Of course, Mei Gan looked proud. Boss, big sister, help. The little chicken ran towards Mei Gan from the swimming pool, shouting in the minds of Mei Gan and Audrey as he ran. What are you doing? It's so noisy. Why don't you go follow Uncle Kyan and look for me? I was just having a love affair with Audrey. You come to mess with me again. Boss, those women over there are so scary. They are fighting to hug me and touch me. Although it is a bit comfortable, there are too many of them, and I can't stand it. No wonder the boss said in the physical therapy clinic this morning that today will be very comfortable. The little chicken jumped onto Mei Gan's shoulder, chirping, but secretly glanced at Audrey next to him with his cross-eyed eyes. What are you talking about, you little chicken? Are you itching again? When did I say these things? It was clearly Uncle Kyan who said them. Look how much he enjoys it now. Mei Gan pointed at Uncle Kyan and said, I clearly remember that you said that Uncle Kyan doesn't like me anymore. How could he say these to me? Uncle Kyan should have secretly raised a chicken. He just told that woman that I'm not as beautiful as his chicken and said that he would take her to see it in the evening. The little chicken lowered his head and felt sad. Poof. Little chicken, it seems that you don't want to come out. Mei Gan heard the words and spit out the red wine he had just drunk, looking at the little chicken with dangerous eyes. Boss, are you still a human? You are threatening me. Have you also secretly raised a chicken? But I'm a phoenix. I'm 100 times more beautiful than a chicken. I want to run away from home. I don't care. The little chicken seemed not to notice Mei Gan's threat and just looked at Audrey with a sad look. Boss, I'm sorry to wrong you first. When I drive away this vicious woman, I will match you with a black beauty who just fed me cake. She shouldn't eat my meat. You ungrateful wolf. Mei Gan cursed fiercely. Don't bully her, Mei, Zia Hong. Come to your sister quickly. Audrey patted Mei Gan's head and hugged the little chicken in her arms. Xiaohang is the name Audrey gave to the phoenix. After all, Audrey can speak Mandarin to communicate with Mei Gan. Sometimes, calling her a little chicken is really indecent. I didn't expect Gan to be so old, but his heart is not big. Mei, don't let Gan lead you astray. I believe Gan said that. Audrey gently comforted the little chicken and looked up at Mei Gan. The little chicken stiffened when he heard this. How could this be possible? Such a scumbag can be forgiven. This is not magic, and it is not played like this on TV. This woman must be pretending. She must be coveting the boss's magic equipment and has such a heavy mind. How can I learn from Uncle Gan? He used to be a gangster and said a lot of dirty words. I'm just a small boss of a physical therapy center. Purity, justice, and honesty are my labels. Yes, Mei, I believe you. You are the best. Audrey rolled her eyes at Mei Gan. Sure enough, dear, you still understand me. Damn. Is this little chicken brain filled with water? He has been messing with me recently. Is he really not afraid that I will summon it back? Hi. Sir Banner hugged Betty and walked to the two of them. Hi. Dr. Banner, how are you doing at Toner's place? Seeing that it was Bruce Banner, Mei Gan asked. Very good. This is the happiest day I've had in a while. No need to run around. No need to worry about being found by the military. Banner replied with a smile. I can see that you look much better than last time. Really? Maybe it's because the food has been good recently. Banner replied after touching his face. Maybe there's also a woman taking care of you. Pointed at Betty with a smirk. You're right. Banner smiled gently after looking at Betty beside him. So, do you have something to do with me? You should know that the one in your body is quite afraid of me. Mei Gan asked Banner. Yes, I can feel that he will move when I get close to you. I came here just to apologize to you. I'm sorry about your house. Tony has helped me rebuild the house. You don't owe me anything anymore. Mei Gan waved at Banner. I must hear your forgiveness, otherwise he will keep nagging me. Banner pointed at his body. Okay, Hulk, I forgive you. Thank you. So you're welcome. Mei Gan was in a good mood now, so he didn't embarrass Hulk. In a basement in New York, there were 5 people, 4 men and 1 woman. The woman was Mrs. Gao, who had been killed by Mei Gan. We no longer have the ability to resurrect you. Who did you meet? Alexandra looked at Mrs. Gao and said. A powerful magician. I don't want to provoke him anymore, but Gan Wenzhang is by his side. It's him. He's not dead yet. He's alive and well, but he's blind. It's good that he's blind. Are we just going to let that Gan go? Murakami said, gritting his teeth. Can you beat him? Mrs. Gao turned on the computer and put a folder of videos in front of Murakami and the others. The video showed the scene of Mei Gan beating up the Abomination. Didn't you say he was a magician? Alexandra asked Mrs. Gao in confusion. Keep watching. Mrs. Gao touched the new cane in her hand. After watching it, they all showed solemn expressions. Just pretend we haven't seen him. Once we find the dragon bones, we'll leave here. Okay. Chapter 23 ruined again. Early in the morning, the warm sunlight felt like a bunch of golden ribbons, falling on the windows on the second floor of the physiotherapy center. Mei Gan took away the long white legs that were draped over him. This was the first time that Mei Gan slept in his own house after the house was newly built. Recently, Uncle Gan seemed to have a relationship with a girl, but he didn't know which girl it was, and Mei Gan had never seen her. So, he went to the girl's house to spend the night. Last night, Mei Gan thought that he hadn't slept at home yet, so he slept in the physiotherapy center with Audrey. 3 months had passed since the party. Mei Gan didn't know that the 5 fingers of the hand had been scared by him, and even if he knew, he wouldn't care. He only knew that he spent the most wonderful night on the second floor of the flower shop that night. The day seemed to have returned to the previous calm, allowing Mei Gan to spend a very leisurely time. If Tony hadn't come to Uncle Gan's service frequently, he would have thought he had come to a world without any superpowers. However, seeing the news that Tony's racing car was attacked yesterday made Mei Gan react all of a sudden. Iron Man 2 is still coming. I don't know what's wrong with the little chicken lately. He always goes against me and reports everything to Audrey. Audrey deleted the dozens of GB of study materials on the computer. I saved them for 5 years. Oh. That ungrateful wolf. I can't even beat him up. Audrey is protecting him. It seems that I have to recruit a new pet. This phoenix is useless. I haven't signed in today, and I haven't drawn any skills for a long time. System. The light screen appeared, and the leaked picture appeared again. Lottery. The turntable spun quickly. Stop. The turntable slowly stopped, and the pointer pointed to a hideous head. The 50-cent special effect appeared again. A red egg appeared in the system backpack. Mei Gan sat up from the bed and rubbed his hands excitedly. Red dragon egg. The host can summon an adult red dragon to fight for him. The red dragon has its own skill, the red dragon breath. After the summoning is successful, the red dragon will exist permanently as the host's pet. Beautiful. Mei Gan shouted happily. Mei, what's wrong? Audrey, who was beside him, was woken up by Mei Gan. She looked at Mei Gan with sleepy eyes and confusion. Sorry, dear, I woke you up, but I was too excited. Mei Gan happily kissed Audrey's cheek. What made you so happy, dear? Audrey supported her head with her hands and said with some interest, I finally don't have to endure that ungrateful little chicken. This time I have a new pet. I don't know why. Ziahan doesn't seem to like me very much, Audrey said with a melancholy face. No, I feel that it sticks to you very much. What do you know? This is a woman's sixth sense. Audrey rolled her eyes at Mei Gan. Okay, show me your second pet quickly. Audrey suddenly sat up and said excitedly. Just watch it. Mei Gan finished speaking and took out the red dragon egg in the space. A red light emerged and a 2-meter high red egg appeared in front of the two. Like a ruby, so beautiful. Audrey looked at the red egg in front of her with shining eyes. She walked forward and touched it. It was a little warm, and she could feel the sound of a heartbeat inside. Women are always interested in this kind of thing. Mei, how do we hatch it? We are not the same species as it. Do we need to buy a lamp? Audrey asked Mei Gan, after looking at it for a while. No need, dear. As long as I think about it, it will come out of it by itself. Mei Gan hugged Audrey's slender waist and said, do you want to hatch it now? Of course, otherwise why would I take it out? Mei Gan smiled and patted the red dragon egg. Come out, my dragon. Mei Gan called out like a middle school student. Mei, don't. At the same time, Audrey seemed to have thought of something and wanted to interrupt Mei Gan's call. But it was too late. Not far from the physiotherapy center, Uncle Kyan was holding the chick and walking towards the physiotherapy center with Peter, saying something from time to time as he walked. At this moment, bang, the second floor of the physiotherapy center. I saw that by the window of Mei Gan's bedroom. As a flash of red light passed, the entire second floor above seemed to be stretched open by something and broke directly. Roar. A terrifying roar followed. I saw that all the houses above the second floor of the physiotherapy center collapsed onto the street. A huge red dragon floated above the physiotherapy center, with its wings about 10 meters long, and two huge eyes on its ferocious head staring straight down. A very human look of attachment appeared in his eyes. It's over. Big brother doesn't want me anymore. He actually summoned the red dragon. It must be. That woman wants to eat phoenix meat and dragon meat. Should I pack up and run away from home later? The little chicken stared at the red dragon with cross eyes. Oh my god. What is the stinky boy doing with the plane again? The house collapsed again. Uncle Kyan opened his mouth and stared at the red dragon in a daze. Master, that's a dragon. I shouldn't be dazzled. Peter looked at the dragon floating above and muttered. I'm blind. Peter, oh. Sorry, master. No, Mei is still over there. Go and save her. Peter seemed to have thought of something and hurriedly raised his hand to shoot Spider Silk over there. Uncle Kyan, however, held Peter down with one hand at this time. Master, you. Peter felt Uncle Kyan's strength and asked in surprise. Peter, don't worry about it. The brat will handle it himself. Here. Mei Gan hugged Audrey under him in time and only stared at the blue sky in amazement after no more rubble fell. Gan, my house collapsed again. How can you hatch such a big dragon from a 2-meter egg? Isn't this a fake product? Brother system, Mei Gan murmured with tears in his eyes. Mei, are you okay? I just wanted to remind you to summon it outside. Audrey touched Mei Gan's back. You're too late. Dear. Mei Gan gave Audrey a bitter smile. Big guy, shrink quickly. At this time, Mei Gan remembered the giant dragon still flying in the air and shouted hurriedly. The red dragon's body shook, and in the blink of an eye it became the size of a kitten. The red dragon flew in front of Mei Gan and said to the ferocious head of Mei Gan on the ground, "It's nice to meet you, my master. Big guy, you have to compensate for my house." Mei Gan wanted to cry and grabbed the wings of the red dragon with both hands and pulled them casually. "Master, this is not my fault," the red dragon said innocently. Mei Gan knew that it was not its fault, so he had to pick up the phone silently, thinking that the money still had to be spent. "Tony, my house needs to be rebuilt again. You can hire someone to do it. Tell me how much it costs," Mei Gan said frustratedly to the other end of the phone. Puff. "Hahaha Mei, your house is so unlucky." Tony on the other side laughed when he heard it. Chapter 24. Kato's cooking skills are amazing. In the morning, in front of the flower shop, Mei Gan watched the construction equipment vehicles parked in front of the physiotherapy center. Mei Gan had just agreed with Tony that if he went over to help him knock down the wall and lift the pipes, Tony would ask someone to help him rebuild the physiotherapy center again. That means helping to move bricks for 2 days. Mei Gan felt it was a good deal and saved the money for reconstruction. The rich are rich, generous. He drove out his car, which was an off-road vehicle. After buying it, he sent it to Kato for modification. Don't look at it now. It's ordinary. As long as it is turned on the combat state, it is comparable to an armored vehicle. He drove the car to the door of the flower shop, waved to the 3 people in the flower shop, and went to Tony's beach villa. "Let's go to Peter," Uncle Khan said to Peter, who was eye to eye with Red Dragon. Uncle Khan said hello to Audrey and walked out the door. "I'm here, Master." Peter touched Red Dragon's head, got up and caught up with Uncle Khan. "Master, that's a dragon. Aren't you surprised at all? Mei can actually summon a dragon. This is so cool. Is Mei a dragon rider?" Peter walked to Uncle Khan and asked, "What's so surprising? The people around me are not very normal. For example, there is a little spider next to me, and for another example, there is a phoenix in my arms." Uncle Khan smiled at Peter. "Master, you know everything. Phoenix. Phoenix is that?" Peter looked at Uncle Khan in surprise. "You wear a mask every night when you go out. How could I not know that the little chicken is the phoenix?" Uncle Khan held the little chicken in his hand in front of Peter and said, "Really? This is so cool. Master, do you think I'm also cool at night?" Peter touched the little head of the little chicken. "Of course, and you will see it transform." Uncle Khan patted Peter on the shoulder. "This way." Mei Gan drove his modified off-road vehicle all the way to Tony's villa. Kato's craftsmanship is really great. This car is well modified. Let's go to Tony and ask him to help build an artificial intelligence. It will probably be easier to drive. Yeah. So the decision was made happily. Soon, Mei Gan had arrived at the gate of Tony's villa. Mei Gan lowered the car window and shouted to the gate, "Jarvis, open the door." "Welcome, Mr. Mei." Jarvis' voice sounded, and at the same time, the door slowly opened. "Thank you, Jarvis," Mei Gan said with a thumbs up to the window. "You're welcome. Mr. Stark is waiting for you in the basement." Mei Gan parked the car and came to Tony's basement. Tony and Banner were discussing something. "Tony, tell me, you want to tear down that wall?" Mei Gan walked to the 2 of them, rolled up his sleeves, and said to Tony, and started to work without saying anything. Mei Gan still had to wait to go back for a date. "Mei, you came at the right time. Help me make a hole in this wall." Tony was not polite and directly led Mei Gan to the wall and pointed to a place and said, "How big do you want it to be?" Mei Gan touched the wall and said to Tony, "Boom." Before Tony could say anything, Mei Gan had already punched a half-meter wide hole in the wall. "Is that enough?" Mei Gan pointed to the hole and asked. Enough, thank you." Tony put the hammer aside and said silently, "Gee." After a laser, a triangular crystal emitting light appeared in front of the 3 people. "Beautiful, Mei, Banner, this thing has your contribution." Tony picked up the crystal and put it in front of the 2 and said, "Congratulations, you have created a new element, and you are finally going to get rid of the green vegetable juice." Banner said to Tony, "Thank you, although I can do it alone, it will waste a lot of time after all. Hurry up and install it on your chest." Still installing it there, Mei Gan sat aside, drinking the Fat House happy water, and rolled his eyes at Tony. At this time, Carlson came in from outside. Mr. Stark, I heard that you left, Coulson asked Tony. Tony put the new element into the arc reactor and said, I'm helping your boy group, so are you here to pick a fight with me, Coulson? Mei, Mr. Banner, why are you here? Coulson ignored Tony and turned to Mei Gan and the other man. Hey, sir, we are not prisoners. Banner didn't like these agents very much. So, Coulson, are you here to ask for punishment? Didn't you go to Antarctica? Mei Gan patted Coulson on the shoulder. No, I came to say goodbye to Tony. I have been back for many days, and now I have been transferred again, and will go to Mexico State. Coulson said to everyone. So, you found him, the charming wonderland in Mexico. I will take Audrey to play, when I have time. Mei Gan drank a sip of happy water and said. Found it, Mei. You must not know how surprised I am. He is still alive. I'm so happy. Do you want to go to the charming wonderland that everyone talks about? Mei, we have a special plane. I want to thank you very much. Coulson was very excited when he talked about him. No, forget it. I'll drive with Audrey and find him. You guys haven't paid me yet. Is he trying to default on his debt? Mei Gan refused. He transferred the money to Audrey's card. Audrey probably didn't tell you yesterday. Fuck. Mei Gan slapped his head. Secret mission? Tony asked Coulson as he picked up the reactor he had just made. Almost. Good luck, Coulson. God will protect you, or you can protect him. Mei Gan took over Tony's topic. Thanks, Mei. Bye, Coulson said, and turned away. He was so cool. I don't like these people very much. Banner shrugged, looking at Coulson's back and said. No one likes them, Banner. Coulson is not bad. We can understand what you went through during that time. Mei Gan put his arm around Banner's shoulders and said comfortingly. Thank you. I always think that one day they will kill us. Don't be too pessimistic. They can't kill us. Tony, I have to go back first. I haven't seen Audrey for 2 days. Mei Gan patted Banner's back and said to Tony who was changing the reactor. Okay, Mei. Bye. Thank you. Tony waved to Mei Gan. I'm going back first too. I said I'd have dinner with Betty. Banner also said goodbye to Tony. Okay, bye. This damn thing actually tastes like coconut, Tony shouted with difficulty. Driving a car equipped with artificial intelligence, Mei Gan went to the physical therapy center. Tonight is the robot war. I have to go back quickly, otherwise my house will be demolished again. By the way, Thor's hammer brother is coming too, so the New York battle is not far away. Damn. The dead Black Salted Egg actually gave the money to Audrey and wanted to save some private money. When he thought of this, Mei Gan showed a crying face. Hey, Mei, you're so slow. Let's go first. Potts is in danger. That Vanko is causing trouble. A red light flashed across the roof of Mei Gan's car, and Tony's voice came. Do you need help? No, Mei. I can handle it. Okay, call me if you need help. Okay, thanks. Go back early. Don't let Ivan Vanko demolish my house. By the way, I came to Tony's house several times, but I didn't see the Black Widow. I heard she is very beautiful. Chapter 25. Damn. You damn Ivan Vanko. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. The night sky of New York. Dozens of iron soldiers appeared. Countless bullets drew arcs in the air, chasing Tony Stark in front. Tony moved coquettishly in the air, dodging bullets and shells. Tony was very annoyed at this time. This damn Vank actually controlled Rhodes' battlesuit. Isn't this slapping himself in the face? Don't you know that it was designed by me, Tony Stark? It's all the fault of that damn Justin Hammer. This guy has been copying Stark Industries weapons. This time he actually played with Vank. Sooner or later, he will be played to death by Vank. Don't think about how he can beat Vank with his brain. Good job, kid. After saving a child from an iron soldier, Tony continued to fly into the air, away from the expo site. On the way, looking at the gunfire burning in various places in New York, Mei Gan accelerated again. I don't know how many people will die in New York tonight. It's really a magical country. HMM. Anyway, they are from the United States. It's none of my business, so I'll just ignore it. Mei Gan thought. Hey, how are you, Mei? Tony flew past his car with a row of steel soldiers. You still have time to talk to me. Do you need help? Mei Gan looked at the mark armor flying past him speechlessly. I can handle it, thank you, I'm leaving. Tony refused again. He is really stubborn. It seems that I have no chance to play. I'd better go home and sleep with the girl. At this time, the phone rang. It was Audrey calling. Mei, are you okay? Audrey's anxious voice came as soon as the phone was connected. What can happen to me, dear? Didn't I tell you that no one in this world can hurt me? A woman in love really has zero IQ. I have told her so many times. But this is also the reason why she is worried about me. Love. I'm glad you're alright. Are you back? I saw Tony on TV. Yes, dear. I'll be home in half an hour. Prepare the food. Okay, I'll wait for you, dear. I'll tell you a surprise when you come back. Audrey hung up the phone. It's nice to have someone worry about you. Surprise? What kind of surprise? Could it be that I can unlock that thing tonight? Ahem. Don't think about it. I'm driving. How can I think about other things? I have to concentrate on driving, otherwise the wheels will run over other people's faces. I'm really looking forward to this surprise. Today, we ordinary people are really happy. Mei Gan sang in a good mood. Bus sound came. Hey, Mei, you're too slow. Do you want Pilot Tony to take you a ride? Tony's voice sounded again from the car. Tony, can't you handle it yourself? You always bring Rhodes and other Iron Warriors to hang around in front of me. If you want me to help, just say it. Mei Gan was speechless. Is this guy traveling with a group of enemies? Or is he showing off to me that he can fly? I can handle it. I just want to take them to a deserted place to deal with them. Are you looking down on Tony, the strongest man in the world? Tony was choked and his face turned red. He quickly explained. Take them away quickly. Don't walk around in front of me. Seeing the Iron Warriors passing by, Mei Gan was really afraid that a bomb would drop by accident and destroy his car. The new car has not been driven for thousands of dollars. I spent a lot of money. Of course, I just saw an empty park. Let's go, Tony said and disappeared in front of Mei Gan with a group of Iron Warriors. How these guys finally left. If they didn't leave, I was really afraid that I would directly use a lightning chain to shoot them. Let Tony perform. Seeing that his beloved car had no damage, Mei Gan was relieved. I was really lucky that so many shells didn't hit me just now. 10 minutes later, Mei Gan passed the entrance of a park. He saw Tony and Rhodes surrounded by a group of Iron Warriors. Bullets and shells were flying at the entrance of the park. The buildings in the park were blown into ruins. This park is so unlucky, so miserable. At this time, I saw the cool mark armor emit a red light. In an instant, all the steel warriors were cut in half. This blockbuster is so cool to watch. Mei Gan muttered and was about to embark on the road home again. Boom! Oh no! Mei Gan seemed to sense something and shouted hurriedly, turning the steering wheel to the left, but his driving skills were not mature enough, and he still couldn't avoid the next disaster. A blue light flashed, and Mei Gan's beloved car was directly split in half. Mei Gan sat in the driver's seat and drove the car that had been broken in half to continue driving. The split place was charred and flashed blue light. Mei Gan stared blankly at his beloved car being split in half, and his body remained the same, as if he couldn't accept this fact. This is the end of blocking my way. Ivan Vanko looked at the off-road vehicle that was split into two parts with contempt. He was in a hurry to deal with Tony. Your car is blocking the road here. If not you, who else should I mess with? Tony. What's that look in your eyes? Ivan Vanko, who was driving the Iron Man armor, looked at Tony angrily. I want to seek revenge on you. Can you be serious? What does your admiration for me mean? Even if you want to beg for mercy now, it's useless. Tony lifted his hood and looked at Vanko in admiration. You are still brave. You dared to whip Mei. You also destroyed his beloved car. I could have spared your life, but now I can only collect your body, if there is still a body. Thinking of the abomination that has evaporated from the world, Tony shook his head. Tony Stark, are you ready? Vanko dragged two long whips flashing with light and said to Tony, let me use special weapons to deal with him. I will use my ex-wife to blow him up. At this time, Rod stopped Tony and said. After Rod finished speaking, a small missile appeared on his shoulder and hit Vanko's Iron Man armor with a whoosh. The small missile flashed a burst of sparks and fell to the ground without making any sound. The famous scene appeared. Hammer's weapon, yes fuck. Damn Ivan Vank, I'm going to cut you into pieces. Mei Gan's eyes were red, holding a staff emitting golden light in his hand, and he looked at Vank viciously not far away from the others. Hey, you're done. Tony saw Mei Gan's appearance, and he had already pulled Rod back a distance to avoid being hurt innocently. Tony, that man, Rod pointed at Mei Gan in confusion. Rod, we don't have to take action, we just have to watch the show. Who is he? Does he have any special weapons? Strictly speaking, he himself is a special weapon. Tony sat on a stone. Hey, boy, you want to deal with me with a toy? You're so funny. Vank pointed at Mei Gan and laughed. Toy, my toy can make you disappear from the face of the earth. Damn Ivan Vank, are you ready to die? Mei Gan said, and without waiting for Vank's reply, he pointed his staff at Vank and shouted, Frost Nova. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.